Welcome back, YouTube. Last Defense Academy. Let's go. For me, it's the same day. I cannot put this game down. But I took a break, you know, had dinner, all that jazz. But for me, let us continue this. We are going to shut Ava up, I believe is what we're doing, right? Chapter select. Yes, because we have a lock here. Yeah, story lock number 2. And then we'll hit story lock number 2, and then we need to do number 1. How that works, I don't know. But yeah, shut Ava up right here. So we have to say yes. If you watched the last video, I said no. We found out a lot of information. And apparently Kurata is not Kurata. Which is very bizarre. I don't know when she dies. But Kurata is apparently not her. At least in the route that I did. So we did all this. Yeah. She was bluffing, trying to get X to reveal themselves. Yes. God, this is much further than I thought. Cool. Weird how we can't skip this specifically, though. Shut Ava up. Yes. No. As you see, we did the check mark for no already. We're gonna hit yes this time. Collecting all endings. Also, I probably will do this either with this probably with this upload.
Ava, stop! Don't say anything.
Probably with this upload, I'll start doing it and go back to the other ones. I'll start putting the endings I've achieved in every video. I won't put what the names are. I'll just put like ending, like 98, 95, whatever. That way, for anyone who does know those endings, they could look at the video and be like, all right, he's gonna get these at some point, you know, that kind of thing. I don't want to like spoil anyone who's watching this. So I'll probably put the ending numbers, but won't put the names or any relating factors. Just like, all right, this video achieved endings 50, 88, whatever. And moving on, so on and so forth. So just wanted to give you the heads up on that. Hey, what are you up to now? Wherefore have you stopped her? I explained my reasoning to the others. I get it. You are afraid X may try to take us all down with them. At that, all of a sudden, we heard... Ava burst out laughing to everyone's astonishment.
Mind sharing the joke with the rest of the class?
The joke is how you are all being so... obtuse!
What?
It's the same!
What is?
Your ultimate destiny!
Wait, are you?
I shouted, but it was already too late. Ava pinched her little finger and pulled it out without any hesitation. Oh, without any hesitation. So are we just dead? None of us had time to react. Huh. Oh, yeah, we just died. Huh. Well? 98, mystery route, Pinky Promise. Yeah. Huh. Hey, in the description, you'll see ending 98, I guess. Huh. That's a massive problem because we don't know what story lock 2 is. Huh. We've done every ending so far that I have like an option 2, right? Huh. Obviously besides the save Ato route, but that's whatever. So we can't progress here because apparently Kanata's dead. Someone is masquerading as her. We don't know who. My guess is Darumi or Nozomi at that point, but that's a whole nother thing entirely. So, like I've said before in the previous videos, when I get to this essentially point like this, where I don't have any endings or any choices to work off of, I work my way backwards. So I'll start here, and I'll start working my way this way, because it's faster to collect endings, as you saw just now. Like, oh, okay, I worked back here, got this one. All right, now we keep moving left. I don't think it's pertinent to go all the way to the left and work right. I think it's better to do it this way. So now, who killed Kako and stabbed Shoma? Oh, this is going to be a quick ending, hopefully. Alright, so we're going to get this one wrong, I'm assuming. Oh yeah, we are getting it wrong because, Yeah, other. That's the problem. This game, in case you haven't noticed, or you just jumping into this one for whatever reason, like here, you have to figure out who killed Shoma, and it tells you the names of the people. Like once you get to the decision, you have to select someone from the cast. But like when you get to the timeline or chapter select, it tells you the names of who you can pick. So it spoils it on you, and you don't have a choice. So you just make sure if you see a decision, do not hover over it, or at least hover over the one you picked already. That way you're not spoiled on what the other option is. So like right here where it says other, I wasn't sure how many different choices I would have, but clearly it's just one. So just want to give that heads up to anyone who's following along and not playing the game. If you are, buy the game. It's good. I entered the gym at 7 p.m. sharp to find everybody already gathered there. Well, I already did this, so I guess there's no point. I don't need to read it all. Yeah, all the evidence, blah, blah, blah. The correct answer is Shoma, thankfully. I've deduced that. So we're going to be funny and pick ourselves. It was me, Smile. The real killer is...
Hey!
It was me, Takumi Subito. Yeah. That's what I've been saying from the start. Me too. Well, I had a feeling. One after another, the others started voicing their agreement, and I found myself unable to offer any rebuttal. Leave us with no choice but to lock you up. Wait, this is a mistake. I was just... Yeah. In the cage, I was detained by the others, locked inside the cage of the courtyard. What possessed me to even say that, I couldn't remember. But it was too late for regrets. I had no strength left even to sigh. Only a little while later, my consciousness fled from me. So we did this before, because I got it wrong with the Ava choice. On day 75, this is day 50. Ooh, day 99. Last time we skipped to day 100. Interesting. I had no idea how long I was unconscious. When I next opened my eyes, I saw that the cage had been unlocked. Unsure of what that meant, I pushed the door open nervously and stepped outside. So I don't know how different this is. It was eerily silent all around. There were no signs of life anywhere. Wondering where everyone had gone, I decided to walk around the campus and search for them. Went to the garage of the ground floor first. I opened the door and I stepped inside, where I found...
Darumi.
Oh, it is different. Huh. I thought it would be the same. This is different. I hadn't even needed to check. She was clearly already gone. I went closer and touched her arm anyway. It was scaly and dry to the touch. It had been quite a while since she passed. I checked her back and saw a large gaping hole there. Her heart had been removed through her back.
Why would someone do this?
I put that disturbing thought aside and quickly continued searching for the others. My next destination was the library. As soon as I entered, I saw...
Yoshika.
Okay, that's the same. Checked her body. Looked around gingerly. Her back was still intact. Her heart had been stolen. Yeah, we know the reason why. We saw that in the other decision when you get it right. I decided to search all the classrooms thoroughly. Then I checked the first floor, second floor, third floor, even checked the roof, but there was nobody to be found. My last destination was the gym. The moment I opened the door, I could hardly believe my eyes.
What happened here?
That's Hideko, Ima, Moko, Tsubasa, Kurata, Yugamu. Nozomi has not been found. Nozomi and Ava have not been found, because I think at this point we're at 12, right? So that's 3, 6, Darumi is 7, we're 8, Ava and Nozomi are 10. We need 2 more people. Takamaru, 11. Oh, and Shoma, because we got it wrong. I checked everybody's bodies. They were all cold to the touch, just like with Darumi and Kyoshika.
No, wait. Maybe.
Clinging to a ray of hope, I moved everybody to the infirmary. But that would take a long while to carry all those bodies up. Oh, Kurata. So, okay, so that Kurata is Kurata here. Too much time has passed since death, impossible to revive. Then I heard the sound of my heart breaking when those words flashed across the screen for the 6th time. I felt nothing, not even sadness or despair. I simply turned over their dead bodies mechanically and emotionlessly. Hideko, Tsubasa, and Ima's hearts had been dug out from their backs. Kurata, Moko, and Yugamu's backs remained intact. But I was no longer capable of reasoning this through. My mental faculties had been taken over by a thick, impenetrable fog. I left the building and walked around the back. What greeted me there was a familiar sight.
Shoma.
That leaves Takamaru and Nozomi. The sight of a dead body that had been divested of its heart. I wonder where my own heart had gone. I could no longer feel it beating, like it had stopped. It felt like time had stopped, like the world had stopped. Everything had stopped. But time had not stopped, as proven by the gradual darkening of my surroundings. I wandered around the academy with no purpose until I finally stumbled upon the 10th dead body. To be more precise, the 10th and 11th dead bodies.
Takimaru. Ava.
So Nozomi did all this in this part. I checked Takamaru's back. His heart had been taken, ripped out of his body. Ava's back was untouched. No other part of her body had been cut either. Well, then how did she die? I guess she falling, right? It would imply that, but still. I stood rooted to the spot in a daze for quite some time. Then a passing soundless breeze blew past. The breeze jolted me to my senses, and the gears of my head started turning again. 11? I was putting my gauge on day 50. How many survivors were there at that time? Including myself, there were. Very next moment, a great amount of blood suddenly started spurting from my neck. I understood for the first time in that moment that I was still alive. At the same time, I realized I would be dead in 2 seconds. But I had no way of telling if that prediction of mine came true or not. Because by then, my existence had already been erased from the world. Yeah, so it was Nozomi. That bitch. Mystery route lost in darkness. 7 endings total now. So that was Kyoshika, Yugama, Sabasu, Darumi, Hideko, yeah. Yeah, literally just Nozomi. So unless someone came back from the dead, Nozomi's the culprit. And assuming these timelines don't diverge too much, it has to be her. So I was right in that sense. I thought it was Tsubasa. If it was from Last Defense Academy, it was Tsubasa. If it was from second to last, it would have to be Nozomi. Because once again, she was put here for a reason. Okay. So, yeah, who killed? All right, now we go back to this decision, which is join the invader hunt. We said no, so that's what led to all that, and we have a lock on the ending. So now we have to decide to join the invader hunt. We're getting our killing game. Darumi's gonna be so happy. Oh, the whole voice recording like 0. Very, very funny. All right, we're joining the invader hunt. What day is it? Join the invader hunt. Yes. No. Yes. It is my future. Apparently I'm picking wrong every time.
I think I'm going to join the game.
Feeling determined, I voice my intention to participate. Will you all join me in this invader hunt? Oh, no. Have you lost your mind, Mr. Sumino? Participating in a shady game like this would make us just like Mr. Maruko, jumping into the fire and getting stabbed for it. We might end up getting slaughtered just like Gaku. I know it could be dangerous, but I think ignoring the invitation would be even more dangerous. We ought to accept despite the risk. Hey Takumi, let's think about this rationally. Who knows what kind of monster is behind this? Anything could happen if we join some insane game like this, man.
Hey!
I more than understand the risks of participating, but I still want to know. I want to know who killed Gaku. I want to know who put us in this situation. I thought things would be different without Eito secretly manipulating us, but apparently I was wrong. Someone had destroyed Tsire and killed Gaku, all in the space of one night. Gaku's death plunged us all into paranoia, and we haven't been able to come together since. Who could possibly be doing this? Everyone, please, I'm begging you. Even if it's just this once, go along with me. Can't fucking read. What else is new? It's also 1 in the morning. Please join the game with me. I bowed my head while shouting my pleas, trying to show them how serious I was. But I didn't get the reaction I was hoping for. Sorry, Takumi. I can't. It smells like a trap to me. I'm out too. There's something so vulgar about using a game to encourage murder.
Ah.
A group of strangers all killing each other without any love behind it. It's no better than a hedonistic orgy.
Oh.
Huh? Did someone say orgy? Oh, simmer down, you stupid perv. I'm out too. The audience hates to see a team turn on each other like that. So true. My life may be worthless, but if I die, I won't be able to see my dog Leo again. This is bad. This is really bad. At this rate, I'll be the only one playing. How do I convince everyone that this is the right move? What do I have to do? Before I can say anything more.
Are you kidding? Sign me up! Ugh.
Huh? What? I'm gonna play the game. Obviously. I mean, duh.
Yeah!
Obviously, a killing game is about to go down either way. Finally, the god of killing games has smiled upon me and broken the chains binding me to this pitiful, tedious life. Anyway, that's why you're all gonna join. It's mandatory. Yeah, right. I'm not fucking doing this. We can't start killing each other. We're here to fight the invaders. Excuse me? If you guys keep acting like such wusses, I won't get my killing game. We need at least double-digit player count or it's not gonna happen. And I need it to happen. I've been waiting for this my whole life. I'm so sick of this lame tower defense game. I want us to kill each other. Do it. Do it. Do it, 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 do it. We're all gonna do it, right? Darumi vociferously urged everyone to play. But the more she insisted, the more it turned everyone off. What utter foolishness. I'm not entertaining this nonsense anymore. Disgusted, Kodata left the classroom. The others followed soon after. If you want to kill each other, do it by yourselves. I won't stand for this. Sister Dearest and I are going back to our rooms. I've always wanted to storm out in a dramatic huff like this. So cliche. In the end, the only ones left standing in the classroom were... Oh. Huh? What's wrong with them? Not playing? Like, defies the laws of nature. Myself, Darumi, and Hideko. Hideko? Are you going to play the game too? I'm shocked. I didn't think you'd have any interest in something like this. Excuse me. Don't misunderstand me. I have no interest at all in the game itself. I just want to make sure.
Huh?
Make sure? Hideko fell silent, refusing to elaborate. She does tend to be secretive. Well then, the three of us will meet in the leisure lounge tonight. The message said anyone willing to participate should gather in the leisure lounge at 7 p.m. Well, with so few participants, it's entirely possible the game will be cancelled. No, my long-awaited killing game is slipping through my fingers. Oh, that's a new sprite. Hideko and I went back to our rooms, leaving Darumi behind to wallow in despair. An invader hunt. I was lying in bed, contemplating this mysterious game that we were supposedly going to play. Why would whoever wrote the message invite us to join a game? What kind of game did they have planned? Was the announcement itself a trap? I was racking my brain, unable to figure out any possible intention behind all of this, until suddenly... A visitor. I opened the door and came face to face with Darumi.
Huh?
Darumi, what's up? Hey, why aren't you saying anything? Darumi continued to stand there, not speaking so much as a single word. 1 minute passed, then 2. 3 people isn't enough. Finally, she spoke. Killing game with only 3 people, that's just not gonna work. The joy of a killing game is that there are a ton of participants and a lot of dying. 3 people do not a massacre make. I mean, forget Royale, that's not even enough of a battle to get excited about. Totally impossible, like way impossible. She was muttering to herself, but I more or less understood her point. So you're saying there's not enough people to hold a proper killing game? I've literally been saying that this whole time.
Hey!
Really? I didn't notice. I got the feeling this announcement only exacerbated Darumi's emotional instability. Normies always do this. They're like so happy to do an athletic meet or a talent show or whatever, but if you suggest a killing game, they're like, ew, no way. It's probably because they don't want to die. At this rate, I'm not going to get my killing game. Can't have that. If it gets canceled, it's so over. Kyo ho ho. You have to help Takumi. Tell them how important this is and convince them to play. Are you kidding? There's no way they'd listen to me. Even just now, they barely paid any attention to what I had to say. It'll be fine. Just stand in the doorways and keep putting on that peer pressure. They'll cave eventually. You mean like what you're doing to me now? I may be dumb and useless, but even I can handle staging a sit-in. I mean, I did stick around my parents' house for basically my entire life without ever running away, no matter how much my brother and my daddy yelled at me to leave. Though, I guess that was mostly because I didn't have anywhere else to go. What do I even say to that? Okay, you'll be in charge of convincing Takamado, Shoma, and the twins. Your job is to flip them to willing players before we're supposed to beat. You have to get them to play, no matter what. Darumi stormed away without giving me a chance to object. Man, why is she so pushy? Now that she's asked, I can't just do nothing. I don't want the game to get cancelled either, so I guess I should try to encourage everybody to join. Supposed to persuade Takamado, Shoma, Ima, and Kako, huh? Of the four, Takamado seems the most likely to hear me out. He looks like a hard ass, but at his core, he's genuine and kind. He might be willing to listen if he sees that I feel strongly about this. Okay, the first one I'm going to try to convince is Takamado. That settles that. Now to think of a way to get him to join. He's probably against it because he's wary of what might happen. Yeah. His concerns are valid. The monster who slaughtered Gaku is behind this after all. I get why he'd want to avoid a confrontation, but if we don't participate, we may never find out who's really behind all this. I can't let that happen. I want to catch whoever killed our friend, no matter what it takes. Gaku might have been a careless, sneaky goofball, but he was one of our own. He didn't deserve to die. I'll never forgive whoever killed him. I'm going to find them, and I know Takamado feels the same. Maybe I should get him to remember how he felt when Gaku was murdered. How do I do that? How do I get Takamado fired up again? How do you reignite the rage in someone's heart? No point in trying to figure this out on my own. I should ask around and see if anyone has any ideas. We also have to do this by 7 p.m. Huh. Oh, Ava is here. Huh. I didn't recall when we got her. I always talk to Ava last. Well, if it isn't the village idiot, right on cue. What is wrong with you? What's your problem all of a sudden? Why are you so angry? Obviously, because you're a complete and utter moron. You want to play some killing game? You're such an uneducated street rat, I could puke. She's worried about you, Takumi. We were just talking, and we think you're not thinking rationally. Takumi, it's not too late. You can rethink this. I know you have your reasons, but playing such a dangerous game is madness. Even a sick necrophile like you should know a killing game is going too far. Trying to rub your pauper brain cells together long enough to generate a spark and think about why you shouldn't value your freak fetishes over your own life. She's being unnecessarily cruel, but Kodada was worried about me in her own Kodada way. I appreciated the sentiment, but sorry, but I made up my mind. I'd gladly accept the risks for a chance to confront Gaku's killer, and nothing would change my mind. Cool. How to get Takamado fired up? Isn't he always fired up? I mean, is he ever cooler composed? But don't you think he's been holding back a bit too much lately? Normally, I'd expect him to be the first to jump at the opportunity to do this invader hunt. I mean, even Takamado has to hold back sometimes. I mean, how many of our friends have died so far? Eito, Gaku, and... even Siri is just a heap of scrap now. What are Siri's remains doing here? I'm connecting what's left of him to the PC in the war room to salvage whatever data I can. I figured if I could access his confidential information, I could learn how to fix the corpse recovery drones, and maybe I'll even be able to get some information on whoever destroyed him. So you're basically doing an autopsy. Yeah, I'm sure even Siri regrets that this happened to him so suddenly, so I feel like I need to make his death mean something, at the very least. Felt my chest clench as I stared at Siri's remains. I'll never forgive who did this to him. They have to pay. An incredible rage was coursing throughout my body. Tsubasa, you think I could borrow him? I guess so, but what for? I'm going to show him to Takamado. The person who did this to Siri was more than likely the same person who murdered Gaku. Takamado might remember his rage when he sees this. So we're just carrying around the trash can? With our robotic trash, I guess. Man, fuck Siri. Darumi, what are you doing here? Can't you tell? I'm pretending to be a corpse. Duh. A corpse? If we're going to play a killing game, then all of the useless nobodies like me are probably going to die first. So I thought I'd better practice being dead. That way I'll be a cool corpse when the time comes. I see. Good luck with that. You should look at Gaku's body in practice too. He's a perfect example of how we're all going to end up. Oh, I actually have to look at the body, huh? Wait. Why do we... Wait, who's dead right now? I don't remember why there's two. Whoops, wrong one. Chapter select. Eito. I knew Gaku was, but I was like, who the fuck's the other body? That's right. Yugamu, what are you doing here? I came to chat with Eito Outski, Eito Outski guy. I'm terribly intrigued by him. Chat? He's a dead body. Corpses are surprisingly articulate. You can learn so much just by looking at them. I knew the moment I laid eyes on his body, he was a brilliant assassin in his own right. Oh, I would give anything to have met him while he was still alive. I don't know about that. The moment I saw Gaku's body, I had an idea. This should work. I'm sorry, Gaku. I'm going to have to move your sheet. I pulled down the sheet draped over Gaku's body and came face to face with his brutalized corpse. Then, I took off his jacket. It was splattered with blood and covered in countless holes. The criminal stabbed him over and over with a knife. Felt like I could feel Gaku's pain and agony just by touching his jacket. They won't get away with this. They're going to pay. It filled my heart with a sense of duty and conviction. I showed this to Takamaru, who remember how angry he was when Gaku was murdered. You wish to know how to ignite the fire in Takamaru's heart? I recommend giving him stickers. Stickers? A while back, I was messing around and put a cute character sticker on Sir Takamaru's custom biker jacket. He was completely overcome with rage. The fuck do you think you're doing to my jacket? That's the window to my soul. If you ever transition, you better damn well call me so I can kick your ass, man to man. That's exactly what he screamed at me. What the fuck is he on about? If I were to describe his countenance that day, he looked like an angry temple spirit or an active volcano. So indeed, a sticker will set him ablaze. I don't think it had anything to do with the sticker. I think he just got mad you messed with his clothes. This doesn't seem like it's going to be useful, but I'll try to remember it anyway. Takamaru is very serious about his biker outfit. Noted. How to get Takamaru fired up? Pro wrestling obs. When you're locked in tight and exchanging pure soul energy with another fighter, your heart will be on fire. Come and experience it for yourself, Takami. I'll spar with you right now. Sorry, Moko, but now's not a good... Too much of a wuss to put your butt on the line and fight. Well, yeah. Man, I picked the wrong person to ask. Moving right along. Show me, you piece of fucking shit. I didn't forgive you. I don't give a shit if you're threatened. We literally have class armor. Just fucking kill X. Nobody ever thinks that, though. How to get Takamaru fired up, you ask? Takami, you're asking the wrong person. My IQ is so low it's a negative number. How could it possibly know? Can you stop this self-deprecation for a second and really think about it? What gets him worked up? I'm sorry, I have no idea. I'm too scared to think about anything. The invader hunt is all I can think about. They want us to kill each other. Jomo's completely terrified. It's pointless trying to question him further. Yeah, clearly. Takami, did you bring it? Bring what? My mask. You promised me yesterday. That's right. She asked me to give her a mask back to her yesterday. Sorry, Ava. I just don't have time for that right now. No, I've been waiting for so long. Takami, are you going to break your promise to me? You're mocking me because you know I'm just a helpless prisoner. Calm down. I'll be sure to bring it when I'm done. Just wait a bit longer, please. You promise? You really will? If you don't, I'll break down crying. She incessantly confirmed again and again that I would actually bring it. That mask must be incredibly important to her. I don't like seeing her cry. Makes me feel bad. Okay, these should be enough to convince him. Gaku's jacket and Seirei's remains. Holding onto them tightly, I barged into Takamaru's room. Whoa, Takami, where's your manners? You can't just let yourself in. Takamaru, sorry to spring this on you, but I have something I want to show you. What is this? It's all fucked up and full of holes. Real dirty too. Covered in dark stains. That's Gaku's jacket. He was wearing it when he was killed. But when he was killed? You mean these stains are his blood? You asshole, why would you show me this? Yeah, I know. Nobody wants to see this, but we can't hide from it. It's got all these holes in it, see? Because he was stabbed with a knife over and over, brutally. That motherfucker stabbed him this many times? God damn it! Gaku must have been in so much pain! Takamato's eyes were bloodshot as he stared at the holes in Gaku's clothes. He was shaking with fury. Here's where I get him once and for all. And this is what's left of Sirei. The person who did this was more than likely the same person who murdered Gaku. He might have been a machine, but I know he suffered. He was torn to shreds. Takumi, what the hell are you trying to do here? I know I owe you one, but I won't hesitate to fuck you up if you're just here to mess with the bodies of all our dead friends. No, that's not it. I just wanted to ask you. I looked Takamado dead in the eye. It's very likely that whoever's inviting us to play this game is the same person who killed Sirei and Gaku. The killer who did this to our friends is throwing down a challenge. I moved closer to Takamado. Takamado, listen to me. Are you sure you want to run away from this game? If you back down now, you might never get another shot at catching whoever did this. I can't let him get away with this. I'm gonna kill him with my bare hands. That ain't enough of a reason to play this game. What happens to Gaku happens to all of us, but it's all pointless. Crap, he's still not angry enough. I want to get Takamado to join, and he's still on the fence after all of this. I'm just going to have to make him even madder. Oh, we're doing the persuasion thing. I thought we were going to, but I figured we'd save the clothes and the sea racer remains for this.
I won't let Gaku's killer get away with it. I will get payback, but this ain't the time for that. Whatever this invader hunt shit is, it's obviously a trap. We got no clue what's waiting for us in the leisure lounge. We can't just take up a challenge from a killer.
So, that biker jacket of yours is just for show, huh?
Huh? The fuck did you just say to me? What are you, deaf? I said a coward like you should be wearing a jacket like that. Bastard, you ain't gonna get away with talking about my jacket like that. She reflects my whole soul. Just like Kyoshika said, Takamado gets upset when you insult his jacket. He's lost his cool. Now's my chance. I'm going to make him see it my way. Oh, immediate.
Takamado, you don't deserve to wear that jacket.
The fuck, man? I ain't called the strongest gang boss that's ever lived for nothing.
You? A gang boss? You don't seem like much of a boss to me at all.
What?
Think about it. You're literally cowering, even though the person who killed your friend is throwing down the gauntlet. I didn't know a gang boss could be such a fair-weather friend and still get any respect.
Takamado's face looked nothing short of a demonic as he glared at me, but he didn't argue back. Must have hit him where it hurt. He was at a loss for words.
Takamado,
I bumped my fist against his chest, near his heart.
if you want to show me how a real boss acts, fight with me. Join me. Please. Join the game with me.
Damn. One of the few times Takumi was like fucking badass there. So yeah, you're a fucking coward. I'll call you out right in front of you. And then there, Takuma is fucking proud. Tuh. If you're gonna bust my balls like that, I guess I can't back down. Fine, I'll do it. I'll join this fucking invader hunt or whatever it is and kill the bastard behind all this shit. My hard work paid off. Takamado finally agreed to join. But I didn't have time to stick around and celebrate. I quickly left Takamado's room and set off to persuade the others. Since I won over someone as influential as Takamado, persuading the others went smoothly. Huh? Takamado said he joined? If you got someone as cautious as Mr. Yakushiji to fold, then I guess the game can't be all that dangerous. Everyone's going to join? Then I guess I should too. Having successfully won over Ima, Kako, and Shoma, I met the quota Darumi forced on me. And then, night finally came. What, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, we're all here. Arrived at the leisure lounge just before 7 p.m. and found that all of the other special defense unit members were already there.
Huh?
We've got quite a group here. Everybody decided to join the game. Can't read. Honestly, I never wanted to come, but Darumi rang my doorbell at least 10,000 times. She was so persistent, I just gave in. I was eating a snack in the cafeteria when suddenly Lady Darumi snatched my holy Jumanji sword. I pursued the scoundrel in an attempt to retrieve her when suddenly I found that I'd been lured here. Oh, the holy Jumanji sword is safe and sound, if you were concerned. You could say this was a real steal. Haha. Kyoshka, give that blade of yours to me immediately. I'm going to snap it in half, along with your entire spinal column. Well, why would you say something so frightening? But wait, what? Lady Kanata, you've come too? We were worried when you disappeared so suddenly, so we came here looking for you. Kyoshka, if you worry us like that again, I'll drop a heel right on the crown of your head to teach you a lesson. Oh, for the love of murder. Looks like we've all been tricked into coming here. Darumi seems to have used some pretty underhanded tricks to get everyone to come. Yo ho ho, what a score. With this many people, killing each other is going to be so much fun. All right, it's almost time for the game to start. Who's going to die first? Maybe me? I sure hope so. Everybody, please kill me. Oh, I made sure to bring all of your infusers too. We're all set for the great slaughter to begin. She's so prepared, it's scaring me. Darumi seems thrilled at the idea of us killing each other, but I don't plan on hurting any of my friends. I'm not going to let anyone else die. That's why I wanted to do this. It's almost time. What kind of person do you think is running this game? I'm kind of excited to see who the bad guy is. Time passed. And finally, it was 7 p.m., but... fuck's sake. Nothing's happening. Nobody came. Nothing happened. The leisure lounge was as quiet and peaceful as ever. Maybe the mastermind gave up after they saw a disgusting insect like me was joining. Or maybe that whole message was just a prank? Honestly, as anticlimactic as that would be, a safe conclusion like that might be for the best. Look, it's getting late. I'm out of here. No sooner than Takamata had said those words, it happened. Suddenly, an ominous sound came from out of nowhere. What is that sound? It's awful. My ears hurt. The hell? Someone revving a bike engine? No way. I never heard an engine make a noise this horrible. Just listening to it is making me... Sounds like bees. The unidentified sound grew louder and louder. Ugh, where is it coming from? We looked around for the source of the sound. That's when we happened to look up at the ceiling. Oh, they are. Who the fuck is that? Only to be greeted by an unbelievable sight.
Bees? The hell? They're flying around with a bunch of big-ass bees?
Is that a spacesuit? Wait, no. A diving suit?
So there is an extra person here in the fucking school. Are you serious?
A bee parachute? I've never seen such a hideous mode of transport.
Eek! I hate bugs! Someone get me some bug spray stat!
So true. The individual in the spacesuit gradually lowered their altitude. Who the fuck are you? They landed in the leisure lounge. We went through 100 days without ever seeing anybody like this. What the fuck are you on about? You look fucking ridiculous. Take that helmet off and show us your face. Is this some Wrestling Federation's masked fighter? Love the costume, but you gotta lose the bees. We need to take this seriously. They might be with the invaders. What if it's a commander? Takumi, did you see a commander like this during your first 100 days? No, I never saw anyone like this. We never faced a commander who controlled bees, especially not one in a spacesuit. Hey, who are you? It's only polite to introduce yourself. Speak up, asshole. The mysterious person examined our faces without answering. Then, they nodded, seemingly satisfied.
So good to see so many of you. With so many participants, this killing game is sure to reach a screaming climax.
Who the fuck are you?
The more lives there are to lose, the more spectacular the battle.
My only guess? Hail fucking Mary, this is Nigo. He stayed behind at the school and now he's gonna kill us all. I don't fucking know, dude. Their voice sounded unnatural. Perhaps they were filtering it through a voice changer. Their face was obscured by their mask, too, so there's no guessing their age or gender. Well done for deciding to join my game, Special Defense Unit Maggots. Is there a reason why we're not just using our infusers right now to kill this man? Like immediately? Just fuck him up? I commend your small act of bravery. They commended us. Kyoshka, they're definitely being sarcastic. Or trying to provoke us. We're so terribly honored, but who exactly are you? What are you doing at this school? I'm here to play my game with you, of course. I'm the sponsor of the Invader Hunt. You may call me Sponsor. Treat the title with the respect it deserves. Sponsor. So this is the person who invited us to play this game, which means time is precious. I wish to start the game quickly. Also, that means he's not a life form, because Tsubasa's thing never worked. It's possibly it's still Nigo. That actually might prove it, because Tsubasa's thing only detects life forms, not robots, which Nigo and Sirei are. Maybe. Anyways, time is precious. I wish to start the game quickly. First, we'll hold the opening ceremony. Let me ask you one thing first. I yelled over the sponsor, interrupting them mid-sentence. Were you the one who murdered our friend, Gaku Maruko? A strange threat was written on the blackboard the day before the Gaku's murder. It perfectly matches this order of events. In other words, it was only natural to assume this was the person behind Gaku's death. Does it really matter who I have or haven't killed? After all, every last one of you will die in this game. Don't dodge the question. I'm asking if you killed Gaku. Yes or no? Yes and no. There's no other way for me to answer. I told you not to dodge though. Takumi, read the room. A sharp voice pierced my eardrums and caused me to cover my ears. Darumi? I've been waiting for this day my entire life. I prayed to the god of killing games every night. Begged to be released from the pointlessness of my life. Begged for me, my parents, my brother, my teachers to all die in gratuitous gory style. My dream is finally about to come true. I'm going to get the killing game I've always wanted. Don't ruin this for me. Don't you dare ruin my dream. I was taken aback by the desperation in her voice. Aren't you a strange one? Are you that excited for my game? Like, you don't even know. Tell me all the messed up rules we have to follow. It motivates me to hear you have such high expectations. Then allow me to explain the rules. No, thank you. Not interested. Kanata interrupted and stepped forward. I have no intention of playing your game. I refuse to even recognize it. You want us to kill each other? I'd never approve of such a vile game. Don't be so rash, Tomato Head. That vileness is what will make this game interesting. You might enjoy it more than you expect, if you just give it a try. It's not often that you get the opportunity to unleash your primal urges and kill your fellow man. I told you I'm not playing. I am the scion of the Osuzuki family, the pinnacle of all Suzukis. It's fine for me to trample on the ignorant masses from up on high, but there's no way in hell I'm allowing someone to try and kill me as if we're equals. So you refuse to participate? That goes for at least half of us. There's only the few mental patients here that want to play your deranged game. Takumi, she just called you a mental patient. She means you too. All who refuse to join the game will be eliminated. I believe I made that very clear. I believe you did. Kanata glanced down for just a moment. So go ahead and try. All of a sudden, she was ready to fight. Pull your filthy eyeballs out of your sockets and watch closely. Behold the Osuzuki family boxing technique. I'm going to beat you in your ugly costume until you're so swollen you'll look like you stuck your head in your stupid bee's hive. Kanata assumed the boxing stance and steadily approached the sponsor. Wait, Kanata, don't try to fight them alone. I can handle this by myself. I don't sense any fighting spirit in this pathetic worm. They have the quintessential pauper aura. All talk and no action. One punch will do it. Ignoring our warnings, Kanata continued to close the distance between the sponsor and herself. Hope you like the taste of noble fist. Kanata was about to unleash her deadly uppercut when it happened. Kanata! The bees that had been hovering near the ceiling descended with a terrible cacophony of beating wings. And then... they instantly grabbed Kanata and whisked her high up into the sky.
Put me down! Put me down this instant! These horrible things are so creepy!
Kanata squirmed frantically, but they held onto her tight, refusing to let go.
Kanata Osuzuki, I sentence you to being suspended mid-air. What a sight, don't you think? As they say, smoke and fools rise to great heights. You can writhe and suffer for now. I'll ease your pain when the time is right.
Lady Kurata! Give me back my Lady Kurata, you vile insect! Kurata, what do we do? How do we get her back? She's so high up, even my mid-air attacks wouldn't reach her. Once again, Darumi brought the infusers. Why aren't we using them? What do we do now? How can we save Kurata when she's all the way up there? Kako's sniper rifle might be able to reach, but this Kako has never used her Hemo Anima before. Let's save. I have a bad feeling. Right now, there's no way for us to attack the bees up near the ceiling. In that case, we'll just have to attack the person controlling them. Ah! Suddenly, I found myself running at full tilt, making a beeline for the sponsor. I'm not going to lose anybody else. I let that determination take away my fear and carry me forward. I plunged my infuser into my chest as I ran. Give back! I screamed as loud as my voice would let me and swung my sword down on the sponsor. I felt it connect, but the blade was going to split them in two. I was so sure it would, and yet... That tickles. Is that all you've got, Takumi Sumino? Ow. The sponsor was completely unharmed. It's simple. Your power isn't enough to inflict even the slightest scratch on me. No. This has to be some sort of mistake. This has to be some kind of cheap trick. Then try again. I won't stop you. You've got some balls, beef fucker. Let's see how long you can keep this tough guy act, huh? I'm joining the fray, Takumi. Combined, our power level is like 2 million. We can get them, guys. We need to save Kurata as soon as possible. Everybody. Even if we can't take the sponsor on alone, we can if we all attack together. Brace yourself, asshole. Our breaths synchronizing, we all leapt at the sponsor.
Take that!
You blackguard!
You're finished!
Hell yeah, Moko. Takamaru, Nozomi, Kyoshika, and I unleashed everything we had on the sponsor. We punched, kicked, sliced, pummeled. We tried every attack possible. We used every last ounce of our strength until we had no energy or Hemo Anima to spare. However, it tickles. Why don't our attacks do anything? Are you immortal or some goddamn thing? You have the endurance of a wrestler to withstand my body slam. No matter how much we attacked, our opponent didn't even flinch. This was far beyond the matter of strength or endurance. They were literally invincible. We can't give up. We must save Lady Kurata. My fellow warriors, just one coordinated attack and... Enough of this sideshow. The opening ceremony will conclude with Kurata Uzuzuki's death. There was a cruelty in the sponsor's voice as they pointed to Kurata, still hanging in the air.
Please, help!
Huh. Her body was rapidly turning black. Was a swarm of bees draining her cryptoglobin?
Lady Kurata!
Huh. Once they sucked everything out of Kurata, the bees dropped her dried up husk on the floor. No! Kurata! Kurata! No, this can't be happening. Lady Kurata can't be dead. Don't give up yet. Let's take her to the revive-o-matic. Oh, they don't know. Nozomi, Moko, and Kyoshika lifted up Kurata's corpse and left the leisure lounge, but... How pointless. How can a body be revived if there isn't a drop of cryptoglobin left in it? How pitiful that she would die before the game even began. She's ruined my schedule. I suppose I'll simply have to postpone the start of the game until tomorrow morning. Return here as soon as you're awake tomorrow. And might I remind you, there's no point in trying to escape. You know what happens if you refuse to play. There's nothing we can say. We'd be killed instantly if we try to resist. Never had any message come through so clearly. Bummer. Kurata got the opening death scene. Must be nice. She died with so much drama. But it should have happened to me. Well, whatever. The game starts tomorrow, so I'll have plenty of chances to have a nice, gory demise. Wonder how everyone else is gonna die. Who's gonna kill me? There's like so much to look forward to. Darumi's eerie yet strangely innocent cackle rang out across the silent leisure lounge. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's happening in this game, man. Who the fuck is this guy, and why did we never see him for 100 days? That's what I want to know. Who the fuck is this person?
Get ready, prepare, be ready to get.
This is too happy music for what just happened. It's morning. I barely slept last night. I woke up over and over again, seeing Kurata's face when she died in my nightmares. They won't get away after killing my friend so horribly. If I could, I'd kill them right now. But right now, we're too weak. We can't beat them. One poor attempt to revolt, and we'd just be massacred. Also, we went through a whole fucking 100 days of fighting. How are we not so powerful to just kill this person? I don't understand. I fucking hate this game, man. I love it and hate it. For now, we just have to obey. We just have to play the game. They wanted us to come back to the leisure lounge when we woke up. I hurried off to the leisure lounge. Because that's the other thing, too. They didn't show up in the other timeline where we saved Ato. They didn't show up in the original timeline. Who the fuck is this person? Why now? On my way to the leisure lounge, I came across Nozomi and Moko in the hall. Nozomi, are you okay? You're so pale. I couldn't sleep last night. I just couldn't believe it. Kurata. She's gone. Kurata, I didn't know what to say. What could I do for her after she lost a close friend? We buried her. Make sure you say goodbye to her later, okay, Takumi? Yeah, I promise I will. They're not going to get away with killing Kurata. I'll do whatever it takes to avenge her. But now's not the time. They're a bit too strong for us right now. So we're all going to play this game for a little while and wait for our chance. For now, we just have to push all this grief down and grit our teeth. Knowing how to bide your time is an important part of fighting. Nozomi was barely able to hold steady on her own 2 feet. Moko looked after her as they walked to the leisure lounge. Made a vow to myself as I watched Nozomi walk away. No matter how this game turns out, I'll protect Nozomi to the end. No, not just Nozomi. I won't let anyone else die. Because I came back here to protect them and grab hold of a future where we could find happiness. So my question is, how are we supposed to protect the school if we're doing this hunt? You know? At last, I present to you the rules of the invader hunt. Once we were all in the leisure lounge, the sponsor began to explain the rules without any preamble. The rules are exceedingly simple. All you have to do is hunt the creatures known as invaders. You will gain points for every invader hunted, which will be tallied.
And reflected in the live rankings.
Huh. That's cool how we can see how their names are spelled out. I can read some of them, not all of them. Huh. Am I dumb? So I can read most of them. That's fine. Well, not most, some of them. Ima specifically is that not the kanji for Ima itself? But that's also, isn't that the kanji for, what is it, Uma, right? For horse? Huh. I wonder, it's probably correct and I just don't know any better. But it does look weird to me, who's like learning. The names of everyone in the room were shown on the screen being held up by 2 bees.
One round lasts 10 days. The person ranked last at midnight on the 10th day will be executed. Their cryptoglobin drained by my bees.
Executed. Kurata's death was proof that this was no bluff. They could easily kill us all. In short, we need to try and kill as many invaders as possible. I'm glad we don't have to actually kill each other or anything. I mean, not glad, but if we're just hunting invaders, then we just keep fighting defensive battles, right? That's the same shit we're doing anyways. Not at all. What you were doing was merely defending your base. Hunting and defending are entirely different. To hunt, you must go out. The playing field is the space outside of the school. You will not receive points for any invaders killed at the school, no matter how many. You can't get points anywhere in the area shaded red. That's anywhere within school grounds. That means if we want points, we'll have to go hunt invaders wandering outside. Excuse me. So we're being forced to fight outside of the ring then. It's too much for a shut-in like me to be forced outside like this. But what happens if the invaders attack the school while we're all out there? If a commander strikes when the place is empty, it's the end of the line. All you need to do is engage them before they infiltrate the school grounds. They say that a good offense is the best defense after all. And we can't stray too far from the school. If we're not careful about how many battles we fight out there, we'll end up disqualified for going out of the ring. So we need to hunt in a place where we can quickly return to the school if something happens. How are you going to track how many invaders we hunt down out there? You're not counting on an honor system, right? Someone would definitely end up lying about their numbers. These bees will count your points. Whenever you kill invaders, they will count the points and report them to me. In other words, these bees will be monitoring our actions while we're playing the game. Guess running away isn't going to be an option. And last but not least, the most important rule of all. You are strictly forbidden from causing me harm while the game is underway. Anyone who defies me will immediately become food for my bees. Try not to lose your cool. A rather tyrannical, one-sided rule, isn't it? Does this mean we can't resist even if you use violence against us? Don't worry, I will not lay a finger on any of you. The game will immediately cease if the sponsor harms a participant without just cause. In other words, they won't hurt us so long as we do what they say. But you're the one who enforces these rules. If you turn on us, we're entirely without recourse. I intend to run this game as fairly as possible, otherwise things would be very boring. I promise not to violate the rules. Please trust me on that. There's no way we can trust them, but we're in no position to argue. Now then, that concludes the explanation of the rules. There are plenty of other hidden rules, but I'm not so inclined as to give them all away at this juncture. Come up with strategies on your own. Doing is learning. Sponsor looked at all of us and shouted,
Special Defense Unit Maggots, participants of my game, assume your new roles as proud hunters and claim as many invaders as you can. The invader hunt has hereby officially begun.
Without so much as a moment to prepare, the game was on. But I wasn't sure how I was supposed to handle our newly assigned task. Decided to go back to my room and prepare to leave the school grounds. What the fuck is this route, dude? The Invader Hunt is a point-based hunting game. Decided to review the rules of the game. The rules themselves were simple. All we really had to do was hunt invaders. However, the game field was outside school grounds. Even if we killed an invader, if it happened in the school facility or the schoolyard, it wouldn't count. Basically, no matter what we do in a defensive battle, it wouldn't be worth any points. If we wanted points, we had to go out exploring and hunt down any invaders we come across. But it's way too dangerous to constantly be fighting out there. If we died outside school grounds, the drones wouldn't collect our bodies, and the revive-o-matic wouldn't revive us. Death would truly be final. We have to be careful so we don't die. And if we want to do that, we should probably form teams. In a team, there'd be someone there to have our backs. We could look after one another to keep each other alive. Should that be one another, right? Instead of one other, it should be one another. Pretty sure that's a typo there. We need comrades if we want to survive. Okay, before I go out, I should find someone to partner up with. Decided to go talk to everyone to see if anyone would want to team up with me. Do I get to pick, or... For some reason, when I went out onto the roof, everyone was already there. There's no sign of Darumi or Hideko, but almost everyone else was there. Takumi. Oh, everyone, great timing. I just figured out a way we could survive this game. Do you mind if we talk? Everyone rushed over to me, and I explained the necessity of forming teams. So, I think we should at least be in pairs. Trying to do this solo will just end in game over the moment you take a lethal hit. Yeah, we were just saying the same thing. That we should work in teams, I mean. We were actually just deciding the teams. In short, we're right in the middle of a draft meeting. Kako pulled out a piece of paper with the members of each team written on it. The first team is us boys and Sister Dearest. And the second team is all of the girls. We might end up spending a lot of time together from now on, so we thought grouping up by gender would make sense. What we're worried about is Yugamu, who's nowhere to be found. He's a boy, but it's entirely possible he'd like to stick with Miss Kirifuji and Miss Magadori as he's done up to this point. But if we put Yugamu in Team 2, then we should put Hideko in Team 1. Miss Shizuhata is very strong, so we were discussing giving preferential negotiating rights to the weaker team. Preferential negotiating rights? This really is like a sports draft. By the way, what team do you want me in? It would make sense if I was in the male-centric team, but you have to play alone. Nobody wants you. What? I was so shocked that my voice withered away mid-exclamation. Well, why? Why am I the only one being left out? Don't tell me you guys are still suspicious of me. I thought we cleared things up about Gaku. I didn't kill him, it was the sponsor. Isn't that obvious? No, we're all on the same page there. They're definitely the one who killed Mr. Maruko. They destroyed Sirei too. They're behind everything. Then why? Mr. Sumino, have you forgotten? You killed Mr. Aotsuki. Sure, but why bring that up again? He was a traitor. He had to go. Even if I grant you that, he was still one of us. If you had a comrade who could kill another comrade without batting an eye, would you want to team up with them in a killing game? No way. You've got to be kidding. But whenever you do anything, someone invariably ends up dead.
You're cursed. Do us all a favor and get out of here.
You're more than cursed. You're the Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper? It stung, but I couldn't argue. It was true that I was the common denominator in all the deaths so far. I came back to the past and immediately killed Eito. And because I ignored the message on the blackboard on day 4, Gaku was killed the next day. And 2 days ago, I decided to join the game and encourage everyone to join with me. Because of that, Kurata died so brutally. If you hadn't convinced us to join this game, Lady Kurata would still be with us. It's all your fault. All of it. Give her back. Give Lady Kurata back to me.
The blood of Lady Kurata is on your hands!
Kyoshka drew closer to me, letting out a pained cry. I couldn't bring myself to meet her eyes, which were now red and swollen from crying. Kyoshka, no. Mocha put herself between us and embraced Kyoshka. Blaming Takumi won't bring her back. It'll just make it hurt even more. But knowing how to swallow your sorrow is part of fighting. We need to be strong right now. I'm sorry, Takumi. Kyoshka understands, I swear. She knows it's not your fault Kurata died. But she has no outlet for her grief, so she's just taking it out on you. I was so shocked that I couldn't utter a single word. I had no idea everyone had so much contempt for me. All I ever wanted to do was to make everyone happy. That's why I came back. Where did it all go wrong? I swear, Lady Luck or Fortune or whatever the hell she's called turned against you the moment you offed Eito. Sheesh, this whole slew of shit speaks for itself. Not even I can help you out there. Sorry, but you're on your own. Sorry, Takumi. Everyone left one after the other, leaving me all alone on the rooftop. I felt total despair. This was my first time being so obviously and intentionally isolated. I always had Kanoa by my side in the TRC, and my mom and dad were always waiting at the dinner table whenever I went home. But now, here I was, all alone. I would have to face this game of death all by myself. Nobody would ever want to team up with the Grim Reaper. Then, I thought of something. That's right, Hideko. I saw Hideko in my mind's eye. On day 5, she took me to second to last defense academy. I said we needed to bring in a second team to increase our combat power. I can never really tell what she's thinking, but she's a surprisingly caring person. She might be willing to work with me on this. Maybe I should ask Hideko if she'll team up with me. Okay, but where's Yugamu? That's my question. Feeling a sliver of hope, I decided to stop by Hideko's room. I kind of don't want her to join, because I'm actually very excited at the prospect of doing a whole combat route solo. I love soloing when I can. I was praying hard as I rang her doorbell. Please, Hideko, you have to answer. If you forsake me too, then it's all over. Maybe my prayers were answered because... Takumi, what do you need at this hour? Hideko, thank goodness you're still here. I was almost tearing up with happiness. I'm so glad you're here. So glad. The moment I met you, you stirred my soul. Can I go back inside? You're creeping me out. No, wait. Just hear me out, please. You're not about to try to tell me about the word of God, are you? No. I explained everything that had just happened. I didn't leave out a single detail. I told her how they called me the Grim Reaper, how no one would team up with me. So, your already very low popularity has now hit rock bottom then. It hurts when you lay it out like that, but in a nutshell, yes. At this rate, I'll have to do the invader hunt all alone. I'm begging you, Hideko. There's no one else I can trust. Please, team up with me. I lowered my head and pleaded sincerely. I believed that if anyone would lend me a hand to pull me out of my predicament, it would be Hideko, but I'm afraid I must disappoint you. My hope was crushed. Ava, oh my god, please let it be Ava. Please let it be Ava. Please let us have Ava. God, that would be the perfect scenario. Is there anything I can do to change your mind? If you team up with me, I'll work myself to the bone for you. I promise I'll be useful to you. It's simply not possible. I will not be teaming up with you for this game. Do you think I'm the Grim Reaper too? Please, I don't believe in that kind of superstitious nonsense. I simply have my own situation to deal with. Besides, I already have a partner. You do? Just then. Yep. Get lost, Takumi. Mistress Hideko is all mine. Darumi? She's mine. All mine.
Oh.
Stupid puppy. I told you not to come out. Go back into your doghouse like a good girl. Don't be mad at me, Mistress Hideko. What's going on? Why is Darumi barking? You know how this one's been an overexcited nuisance since the killing game was announced, right? So I turned her into my dog. I don't understand it the slightest. Basically, I used strength to make her submit, and it broke her a little. Come to think of it, Darumi had been unusually quiet during the announcement of the rules. I guess she was already a dog at that point. I have a responsibility to her as her owner, so I'll be playing the game with her. Go away. No boys allowed in the Yuri zone. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people would see the dynamic in the original timeline and make that assumption. So I'm not too surprised. She's all mine. I instinctively fled after being ferociously barked at by Darumi. I guess I'm on my own then. I felt strangely refreshed after being so cleanly rejected. Fine, I'll play by myself. I'll hunt down the invaders on my own and survive all on my own too. Half sulking, I headed for the entrance hall. So does that mean we get Yugamu? Because I really don't want him. Hey man. There was someone unexpected waiting for me when I arrived at the entrance hall. How pitiful that you must go all alone. Are you going to hunt or to be hunted? Huh? Were you waiting here so you could just laugh at me? No, I really came to give you some information. I failed to mention it earlier, but I've added more fire extinguishers. How? Now you may go outside at any time. You should all hunt whenever it pleases you. They're pretty prepared. How long have they been planning this? Now then, go out there and hunt. Struggle away from my amusement. So that has to be someone from the TRC or like Migo or something. It took Tsubasa like, what? A week or so to fucking reverse engineer the fire extinguisher? And she's supposedly a professional? There has to be someone from the TRC. Or like one of the higher ups for like C-Ray or Nigo. It doesn't make sense that they could provide extra fire extinguishers and hide in the school without anyone knowing. Anyway, it's dangerous to stray too far from the school. I should try to find invaders as close by as possible. I'm pretty sure a decent number of invaders were wandering around the city to the south. I'll head over there today. Oh, so we're not actually getting combat? That's lame as fuck. Just as I thought, there were a large number of invaders inhabiting the nearby city. They roamed around the ruins like zombies with no will of their own. They were all just basic cannon fodder. I could defeat them on my own. I sensed a presence and glanced up in the air to see one of the sponsor's bees were tailing me. Must be here to count my points. Okay, here goes. I stifled my breath and slowly crept up on one of the invaders. Time to attack with everything I've got. I wanted to attack, but my legs froze. I couldn't move. Am I scared? I fought on my own plenty of times before, but there was a difference between choosing to go it alone and having no alternative. I was going to have to fight alone forever. I was scared of confronting that truth. But I can't just cower forever, can I? I took a deep breath and steeled myself. Ha! This time, I leapt out in front of the invader. Actual combat, question mark? Yes! Hell yeah, thank God. Hell yeah, I wanted fucking combat.
Good to go.
This is the best route. This is the best route because it's a solo. I love
My
soloing.
turn.
Oh, this is great. This is perfect. Oh, wait, do I
Let's
still?
go.
Oh, this
Time
game
to
is so
use
good
it.
to me.
Ready when
This
you
game
are.
is so good to me.
Say when. Here. All right, here we go. This should do it. I've got this.
Oh, there's 3 waves, I just noticed.
Take this. My turn. Good to go. There. Ready when you are. Yeah. Say when. Yeah. Oh, my turn. Take that. Here we go.
I still have the power panacea. I don't think I need to do anything specifically at the moment.
My turn. Not bad.
Okay, I'm only taking 2 damage. That's fine.
I've got this.
Does Airblade give me more by chance? 18 versus 15. So yes, technically.
Yeah! Good to go. Yeah! Ready when you are. Take this!
Okay. Try to work up to Counter-Strike. Yeah, that's fair. I was already exhausted, even though I only killed off a few minions. I can't come back if I die out here. The lingering fear of death weighed heavily on my mind and body. And I couldn't afford to rest. I had to do whatever it took to get more points. Not to mention... Invaders drawn by the sound of fighting were showing up one after the other, and they were beginning to surround me. I was prepared to face the next battle with scarcely any time to breathe in between. Good. Let me stay solo. Do not give me anyone. I'll be very upset if I had to.
There! Let's go. Take this! All right, good to go. Time to use it. I've got this. Yeah! Good to go. Here! Got it! Say when. Ha! Good to go. Take this! Oh, my turn. Harder.
They got Counter-Strike.
Ready when you are.
I don't think I really need Unyielding Spirit.
Let's go.
All things considered.
There! Here we go. This should do it. My turn.
Well, that's annoying.
That's it. Ready when you are. Here.
Hell yeah. Please let me stay solo. Don't give me Yugabu. Please let me stay solo. No matter how many I kill, more just keep cropping up. The invaders kept streaming in until I was completely surrounded. They were just mooks. There were way too many of them. My stamina was at its limit.
I wish I wasn't alone.
No, don't do it. I needed to tough it up, but just telling myself that wasn't doing anything. For the first time, I truly felt how alone I was. At this rate, I'll die without anyone ever knowing. Just then...
I'll help you out, Takumi.
Damn it. God damn it. Why can't you let me do a solo route? Fuck this game, man. I heard a voice and turned around. Standing there was...
Yugamu! Of course. Showing up uninvited but sorely needed. It's everybody's beloved Yugamu Omokage.
No, you're ruining this for me.
What are you doing here? Were you trying to score some kills out here too? We can talk later. Let's take care of these things first. Our first joint effort.
There's something creepy about how he put it, but I was grateful for him in the moment. I'm not. Our breaths synced up, and we began to clean up the swarm of invaders. Ah, this sucks. I was doing just fine. Come on, man.
Yeah! Got it! Ready when you are. Take this! All right, here we go. Let's get to the killing. Stinks, doesn't it? Time for me to move. I'll kill them all! Kill the rest for me. Say when.
I'm trying.
That's it. Got it. I've got this. Time to use it.
I owe you one.
Good to go. Ha! Oh, let's do this. Take this. Good to go. Ha! Let's do this. Take that. Here we go. Takes more than that.
All right. No.
Let's go. Not bad. Ready when you are. That's it.
There we go. Fuck this game, man. Should let me be solo. I was so excited too. Is that all of them? Seems so. I don't sense any trace of them. Well, fuck, Takumi. You were in quite a predicament considering it's the first day. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked to see how they just kept coming. I was almost killed by a bunch of weaklings. Fighting truly isn't something to be done alone. I disagree. Excuse me. Right, I didn't get to properly thank you. You saved me, Yugamu. Thank you. If you hadn't run into me here, I might have been the first to be eliminated from the invader hunt. Oh, no need to thank me. It wasn't by coincidence that we met here. It wasn't? Yes, I've been following you all morning. You had no idea, did you? Tailing people is one of my specialties. Was he just joking to play off his embarrassment? No, that doesn't seem like what's going on here. He really was following me. Then it makes sense why he showed up at the perfect time to save me. But why? What's the point of following me? Oh, for the love of murder, don't be so wary of me, Takumi. I'm not going to eat you, alright? Although you look plenty delicious to me. How could I not be wary of an assassin? Yugamu Omokage, the descendant of a family of assassins. I'll come right out and ask, why were you following me? I was figuring out my timing. I wanted to come gallantly to your rescue if you found yourself in trouble. Then I'd be able to show you how useful I am. Call it a courtship display. Why is everything you say so creepy? Well, that's the long and short of it. He muttered as he held out his right hand to me.
Takumi, would you team up with me?
I can't pause the game. I can't save. He's offering to form a team. It was all I ever wanted in my isolation, but why do you want to team up with someone who everyone hates? Would you rather be with Nozomi or Kyoshika the others?
Ah.
I don't do well in groups. Honestly, I'd rather enjoy my kills alone, but going in alone is too risky. So I thought buddying up with the odd man out would be just the thing. Is that really the only reason? Made sense, but it's hard to decipher his true intentions. I was sure he was planning something, given that he went out of his way to ask me after I'd been ostracized, but if I turned down his offer, I'd have to hunt alone forever.
Ah.
Well, will you join me or not? What do I do? Should I team up with Yugamu? No. You're telling me I got a solo route? Fuck that. This is the one time I'm making a meta decision. I'll fight by my fucking self. Are you kidding me? Fight alone? I'll do that. Hell yeah. Fuck you. I have nothing against Yugamu specifically. I just want to play the game solo. No. What kind of question is that? I get to play this entire game solo? Hell yeah. That's what it's all about. Fucking kidding me? Sorry, I can't team up with you. I was convinced Yugamu had to be plotting something, given that he went out of his way to approach me after I'd been ostracized. The things he usually talked about already made me uneasy. He probably just wanted to torment me for his own amusement. Oh, for the love of murder. You're a cautious one, aren't you, Takumi? Turning me down is as good as having a death wish, you know? Unless you have someone else in mind. No, I'm not going to team up with anyone. I'll survive by myself. So stop following me. With that, I ran away. I ran and ran until I was nearly out of breath, trying to get away from Yugamu as quickly as I could. The thought that he might be trying to kill me struck fear into my heart. No matter how far I ran, I didn't feel safe. After all, I was up against a professional assassin. I continued to run around with a heedless abandon. Where am I? I realized I'd ended up in a place I'd never seen before. Where is this? Which direction is the school? Started looking around my surroundings. All of a sudden, a huge swarm of school invaders popped out from the shadows. Of all the times to show up. I spun around and began to flee. Despite my best efforts, I was unable to shake off the pursuing invaders. They kept coming after me relentlessly, trying to intimidate me with their weird cries the whole time. I've been running for what felt like hours, but they were still hot on my tail. In fact, there were even more invaders than before. And then, it finally happened. The invaders managed to completely surround me. I saw no way out. The only thing I could do now is fight, but I can't possibly beat this many invaders by myself.
Somebody, help me!
I can! The game won't let me! Of course, it was pointless to call for help.
Yugamu! Are you out there somewhere?
He wouldn't come help me now. Not after I slapped away his offer to work together so thoughtlessly. Sorry, I can't team up with you. Yeah, I know, that was like a minute ago. Why did I turn out his offer to help? Oh, right, because I got so paranoid. No, I wanted to play the game solo, and the game's punishing me for it. Fuck this game, man. I lost my mind after falling out of favor with everyone else, and took that frustration out on Yugamu. But all he really wanted was to save my life. It was too late for regrets. I was truly alone now. The invaders were getting more and more excited, like animals licking their lips before a big meal. They'd found me isolated from the others, and now they couldn't wait to start tearing me apart. Slowly and steadily, they inched closer. The closer they got, the stronger the smell of death became. My breathing quickened, my body was trembling. I instinctively understood that this was the end. As I looked death in the face, I finally understood. How powerless someone who was completely isolated could be. No, you can. Somebody who had lost the trust of others, who had lost the ability to trust others. Somebody like that was already as good as dead. Fuck this game, man. Oh, this game sucks. Are you serious? 92, killing game route, as good as dead. Fuck you. You didn't want to give me a solo route. Fuck this game. Are you serious? Yeah, whatever. God, that pisses me off. I wanted to play the game solo, and you wouldn't let me. God, fuck off, man. That's such bullshit. What a shitty ending. I wanted to play the game solo with one character, and they really just said, fuck you. So upsetting. I can skip this, right? Since I did it already. Oh, I have to play it out again? Oh, so now the game is just making fun of me. I did this already, and then because...
Let's do this.
Bro,
Here we
fuck
go.
this game. Are you
This
serious?
should do it.
Whatever.
Let's go.
I'll just play it out again. Fine.
Here. Get ready when you are.
Oh, that pisses me off, man.
Good to go.
That's not enough.
I've got this. Time to use it. Say when. There. Let's go. Take this. Here we go. Ha! Ready when you are. Yeah. I've got this. That's it. Oh, ready when you are. Take that! Let's do this. Gotta push it. My turn. This should do it. Say when. Yeah!
Oh, this game
Here we
sucks,
go.
man. Punishing you for fucking wanting to do things solo.
I've got this. That's it.
What kind of bullshit is that?
Say
I'm so
when.
mad. 12, 15, 12.
There.
Such bullshit, man. I'm very upset. I'm so upset. They should just let me play solo, but it really doesn't want to fucking let me. Yeah, whatever.
Let's go. Harder. My turn. Time to use it. Ready when you are.
Oh, I didn't need to do that, but sure, whatever. Who cares? Who fucking cares, man?
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, I've got this. This should do it. Good to go. Take that! Go. Let's do this. Time to use it. My turn. That's it. Oh, here we go. Ah! My turn. Yeah. Say when. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to really work with, so fuck it, move again.
Gotta push it. Ready when you are.
Is there no good way to do this? There is.
Take that! Let's do this. Ha! Here! I've got this. There!
This game is so frustrating. I'm still mad. I'm still so mad. They are cucking me out of a solo route. It makes me so fucking mad.
Ready when you are. Here we go. This should do it.
Thanks.
Say when. My turn. Time to use it.
Thank you.
Ready when you are. Take that! Let's do this. Take this! All right.
I'm good to go. I'll kill them all!
Hey, can't skip this. Forget about that.
I'm
Ready when you are.
tired.
My turn. This should do it.
Thanks.
Let's go.
I believe there's, what, 3? Yeah.
That's it.
I should have done that, but here we are.
when. Let's do this.
Keep your guard up!
Good to go. My turn. Yeah. Ready when you are. There. I've got this. Yeah. Let's go. Not bad.
Alright. Oops, hit my mic. Sorry about that.
Say when. Take this.
Yay, you win. Cool. I'll let Yugamu join me. Yay. I just wanted a solo run where I could do everything with Takumi, and the game is punishing me for it. Not even because of the story, just because of the gameplay. And it's like, fuck you, you're not allowed to be alone. Why would you want that? That's stupid. Why would you want a challenge? Yes, I'll team up with Yugamu. Once again, this is nothing against Yugamu. I just wanted really to play the entire game with a solo character. But fuck me, I guess. Well, you're stuck with me for a while then. I shook Yugamu's hand. Whether he could be trusted was beside the point. I simply couldn't carry on like this all by myself for much longer. For now, I would team up with Yugamu. I'm glad to see our hearts are in tune with each other, partner. Want to try for the best couple award while we're at it? No, you fucked me out of a solo route. Don't think they're giving out awards here. Also, you and I are not a couple. Well, Yugamu and I were trading quips. We heard it. Oh. What the? There was an ear-splitting sound and the earth shook, but it wasn't an earthquake. It felt more like... I sensed a torrential gush of overwhelming energy. Somebody with incredible powers present nearby.
Yeah.
Don't tell me commanders are joining the hunt. That would be bad news. Just the two of us wouldn't be enough to deal with the commander. A little bit of reconnaissance would go a long way right now. Tiptoe after me as quietly as you can manage, Takumi. Right. We cautiously made our way toward the source of the sound, hiding behind pieces of rubble along the way. And then...
Hey! You saw that, Mistress Hiroko? My 18th invader kill! How've you been treating them?
But the bloodiest brand of carnage only I can dish out. What else? Now save your breath for tearing them from limb to limb. Let those entrails fly! Let the bloodworks explode far and wide.
Oh, my Mistress Hiroko! Nobody goes wild as beautifully as you! Your rampaging form electrifies me! You're everything I long to become!
Yeah.
Those who are enjoying this way too much. They aren't hunting anymore. They're just straight up massacring every invader they see. Kills me to say this, but I'm afraid we must cede the best couple award to them. Something feels off, though. Hidiko's always been strong, but when did Darumi get so powerful? She hadn't joined any defensive battles before this, and should be woefully unfamiliar with combat. The euphoria of finally being able to take part in a killing game has likely unlocked the latent potential in her hemo anima, making it bloom. That's an unconventional way to unlock latent potential. Why the gripe? Potential is a logic defined by definition. Also, we should totally call it a day and head back now. They've likely already murdered all the invaders at this area anyway. Yeah, we've earned enough points today. Let's go back and rest up for tomorrow. We made our way back and decided to drop by the leisure lounge before returning to our rooms. We checked the leaderboard. We are... Oh, we're third. Oh, okay. Third's not bad. Where Nozomi's 8th. Huh. Twins with Shomer at the bottom, unfortunately.
Unsurprisingly, those two are in the top spots. I expect they'll be staying ahead of the pack for a long time to come. I'm in 3rd place? Honestly, I thought I'd be much lower than that. Well, I did take out quite a number of invaders today, and I'm in 4th. If we keep this up, we won't fall to the bottom of the rankings in the first round, at least.
The first round of this game will last until day 35. Whoever finishes last in each round will be executed. See, so if that's the case, to day 35, right? So then 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, right? So there's only 7 people dead, but we still have 12 people here. So we'd be down to 5. I decided I wouldn't keep tabs on where the others were placed. Ensuring my own survival was more important. And besides...
You're cursed! Do us all a favor and get out of here!
You're more than cursed. You're the Grim Reaper.
The blood of Lady Kurata is on your hands!
Sheesh. This whole slew of messed up shit speaks for itself. Not even I can help you out here. Shouldn't be letting the people ostracizing me live rent-free in my head anyway. Phew, what a day. Constant fighting and stress of possible death had strained my mind and body to their limits. Wanted to rest early to recover from the fatigue, but...
Hey!
Care to explain what you're doing in my room? It's just something buddies do, right? And that's what we are. Buddies, partners, bosom chums. Goes without saying, we need to be joined at the hip. Join your own hips and get out of here. Come on, bud, humor me. Pretend we're brainstorming strategies for the rest of the hunt. How about that? This game's more of a marathon than a sprint, so we gotta come up with a long-term plan. Playing it by ear the whole time is bound to lead us to a quick and easy deaths. He makes a very good point. Can't you at least make it clear whether you want to be disgusting or discreet? Who would I be if I didn't dabble in a little bit of both? Call me a double dipper if that's what turns you on.
Hey!
In your dreams. After that, we spent several hours discussing strategies for surviving the killing game in the days to come.
You never will then.
Bedtime already. Time flies when you're having so much fun. If you don't mind, Takumi, we can continue the rest of this conversation in bed. Of course I mind. It's about time you went to your own room. Oh, Takumi, throwing me out after our exciting intercourse without any pillow talk at all. How cold is your heart?
Hey!
Stone cold. Out now. After chasing Yugamu out of my room, I crawled into bed and closed my eyes. I had to grab every second of sleep I could to let my tired body recover, but... Give her back. Give Lady Kurata back to me. I swear, Lady Luck or Fortune or whatever the hell she's called turned against you the moment you offed Ato. I will not be teaming up with you for this game. Ugh. The words from this morning reverberated around my mind, preventing me from slipping into a restful slumber. How did it turn out like this? I came back in time to lead everyone toward a brighter future, so why am I being so despised? What I wouldn't give to return to those happy days. Well, we kind of killed someone immediately. To be fair, that wasn't my truthful decision. That was the other route. Let today's hunt begin. I trust you're ready, Takumi? Yeah, ready when you are. Day 2 of the invader hunt, we went out to explore the city again. To earn points by hunting down any invaders we could find. Found some right off the bat. Check out that swarm of invaders at 2 o'clock. I turned in the direction Yugamu mentioned and found the invaders lurking behind the ruined building like he said. Random thought that came to mind. Obviously, you know, check at 2 o'clock, whatever. Is it the same in Japanese? Do they use the same phrase? Like, do they use, like, oh, 2 o'clock for, like, positioning, you know? Just a random thought that came to mind. I turned in the direction Yugamu mentioned and found the invaders lurking behind the, like I just said. I don't think they've noticed us yet. Let's get closer and catch them by surprise. Put on your pussy boots and slink behind me, Takumi. Sure. Yugamu had clearly adapted well to the rhythm of the game. He knew how to take quick and decisive action to earn points for our continued survival. I, on the other hand, my feelings had yet to catch up to the strange situation of me participating in a killing game with him as my teammate. What was I doing? Why did Yugamu propose a partnership in the first place? Was my life even worth living if I had to kick someone else down to do it? There are so many things on my mind, but... Come on, Takumi. Time to sound the death knell for them. I didn't have the luxury of time to think them through. Fighting to survive was the only thing I could afford to do now. Okay, I was about to say, are we gonna get a fucking battle? Yay! I don't like that we're just far apart for me to not use my use my potion and not give it to both. But I'm still gonna solo with Takumi as much as I can, so it doesn't really matter.
There! Good to go. All right, here we go. This should do it. Thank you. Let's do this. I've got this.
Oh, that's annoying. I guess I could have done that, huh? That would have been better. Oh well, I made my choice.
All right, my turn. Let's do this. Ready when you are. Got it. Here we go. I've got this. Gotta push it.
Doing this because I need the voltage. If I counter strike, I won't be getting as much voltage.
Take that.
Sick.
Ready when you are.
That's 14. Oh, that helps here.
Let's go. Let's do this. All right. Say when.
There we go. Did we get them all? Too early to be celebrating. More enemies are waiting in the wings. Invaders approaching at 3 o'clock. They just keep coming. I prepared for the next battle with scarcely any time to breathe in between. Brother man, we fought defensive battles that are harder than this. Hell, we probably fought like proper, just random fucking battles harder than this. How are you so tired?
Time for me to move.
God, Takumi, how are you so fucking shit? Come on, man.
I'll kill them all. Kill the rest for me. Here we go.
That's the game plan.
Good to go. Time to use it. Thanks. Let's do this.
Most unfortunate that I cannot hit both of those things. Oh well.
There. Got it. My turn. Oh, say when. My turn. This should do it.
Well, that's why I have all these potions, so
Here we go.
it's not like it really matters.
Let's do this. Here. Got it. Good to go. Let's go. Say when. There. Let's go. Time to use it. Say when. Let's go.
Just in case something stupid
Not
happens.
bad. Good to go. Take this.
Okay, it said you win. I wasn't sure. I know it said 2 out of 2, but the wave counter has lied before. Fighting outside is tiring. My body resists me whenever I think about how death is permanent out here. You need to relax, Takumi. At this rate, you'll kill yourself first before the enemy has a chance. I don't get it. How are you so calm? Not even perspiring. I wouldn't be much of a professional assassin if I let every other spot of good murdering get me down, now would I? Hey, what's your secret? How do I kill the enemies efficiently while conserving as much stamina as possible? The secret is your heart. That is to say, your frame of mind. Get it in your head that the act of killing is nothing special at all. Nothing more than mundane work. Mundane work? Like hitting a nail with a hammer. Like turning a screw with a screwdriver. Just dull, repetitive work to be repeated without much thought or physical strength. So basically, I psych myself into believing it's nothing. Does that really work? Anything more concrete? Like a better way to move my body or something? Your body movements are virtually perfect, Takumi. There's nothing to critique. So what's left is your mentality, right? Just give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. Pretend the act of killing is the most boring job in the world. Just dull, repetitive work. Despite my misgivings, I decided to try out Yugamu's suggestion. Crept up to an invader that happened to be meandering about nearby and launched a surprise attack. Without entertaining the fear that threatened to well up from within, I quietly lifted up my sword and brought it down nonchalantly. This was just work, something that had to be done. No need to think too much about it. I went after the next enemy as I repeated those thoughts to myself. Detach yourself. Are we gonna end up killing someone we know just from doing this? We're gonna be so detached that we'll end up accidentally killing someone. It's just work. Detach yourself. It's just work. Incredible performance, Takumi. It's like you've become another person. Yes, you have an aptitude for killing. I sensed it the moment I laid eyes on you. An aptitude for killing? Me? I think you need to get your eyes checked. Might sound strange coming from me, but I wasn't good at such things at all. I tended to miss the obvious and my reflexes were average at best. I don't have an aptitude for anything. Gifts show up in many different ways. Sometimes they manifest later in life. Later in life? You'll understand one day. Wasn't happy to be left hanging like that, but I knew he would just be evasive if I tried to press the matter, so I didn't. Anyway, we should focus on the hunt for now. Now that I seem to be getting my mind under control, I wanted to get used to the hunting at one go as well. Let's go look for the next group of enemies. I feel like I can take down another 15 before calling it a day. Nah, I think we should call it a day now. We've earned enough points. No, it's just getting the hang of it. And that's when it gets dangerous. Everything in moderation, including assassinations. Besides, if we keep on hunting, we'll run into them sooner or later. You okay with that? Them. Just as I was wondering who Yugamu could be talking about. Over here. This will be our starting point for the hunt today. Don't fall behind, you losers. I heard a familiar voice coming from somewhere nearby. I quietly made my way toward the voice and peered out from behind some rubble. I feel like I'm starting to use my Hima Anima better. Not even a commander could stop me now. I think. Confidence is the name of the game, sister dearest. You and I both know nothing can stand in the way of our newly awakened powers and strengthened bonds. Don't start getting carried away, you two. Thinking you're invincible because you learned a thing or two is the best way to die on the battlefield. You little chicks can just stay beneath my big strong pinions for now. I ain't gonna let any of you die on my watch. I'm gonna protect you all with my life, in the name of Takamaru Yakushiji. They're hunting here too? Takamaru, Ima, and Kako weren't the only ones. I could see Tsubasa, Nozomi, and the others in the distance as well. Why does fighting invaders outside the academy seem so much more graphic? It's like I'm really killing something alive. And all that blood. So much blood. The feel of that invader I just took down still lingers on my hands. Tsubasa, are you okay? I can give you a back rub if it makes you feel better. I think a big one's coming. Why did I bring any barf bags with me? Lady Tsubasa is about to start puking like a fountain in a fancy park. Is there anything we could give her in place of a barf bag? Alas, necessity knows no decorum. Lady Tsubasa, heave into my sheath bag if you must. Are you sure, Kyoshka? Isn't that the Holy Jumanji Sword pajamas? The Holy Jumanji Sword is a party animal with a soft spot for the ladies. She'll understand. Now come, Lady Tsubasa. Let it all out and hold nothing back. I'll be fine. I push everything down with sheer willpower. Phew! The roiling stopped. Sorry, guys. I haven't been feeling well since this morning. You don't have to mind me. Go on and get more points for yourselves. We're not supposed to mention that, Tsubasa. Looking out for one another is what teammates do. No wrestler worth their salt abandons their tag partners to get ahead in the match. Loyalty above self. None shall be left behind. It is the way of the warrior. Takamado was desperately trying to protect Ima and Kako, who weren't used to fighting. Zomi and the others refused to abandon Tsubasa even though she was holding them back. They were watching out for each other like true friends. I used to enjoy that sort of relationship with them too. I could feel my strength rapidly leaving my body. That's right. I've been alienated. What I just saw only served to cement that fact. All those kind and comforting words would never be for me. You look like you're in a lot more pain now than when you were fighting the enemies. That confirms it. Your fatal flaw is that fragile mind of yours. I left the place quietly and made my way back to the school, taking care not to be seen by the others. Taking back with me nothing but an armful of distressing thoughts and feelings. Need a sip of water? I got back to my room earlier than usual, but wasn't in the mood to do anything, except lie upright on bed and stare long and hard at the ceiling. Wouldn't it be on the bed?
You never will then.
I suddenly realized it was already night. I knew I should be resting, but bad memories kept surfacing in my mind and pulling me back to wakefulness. Like I'm being punished just for being alive. The pain of being despised was more excruciating than anything the killing game or defensive battles could inflict upon me. The first 100 days wasn't a happy ending by any means, but at least everyone was my friend. We had a barbecue. We set up festival booths. We got testy with each other sometimes, but we always made up in the end. Our bonds became unbreakable. How do I repair our friendship? How? As I was agonizing over this matter. Is that you, Gamu? Maybe you wanted to discuss our strategy for tomorrow's hunt. Although I honestly wasn't in the mood to talk, it wasn't like I could simply drive away the only friend I had right now. I got up slowly and ambled to the door. When I opened it, I saw... Hideko? Good. I was just about to kick the door down. What are you doing here? Or rather, are you sure you want to be seen here? I'm jinxed. Nothing good will come out of any association with me. Well, aren't you wallowing in self-pity today? Finally lost your mind after falling out of favor with everyone else. Including you, right? You think so? Yeah, I do. You didn't want to team up with me like all the others. I went through hell and back after you left me in the lurch. Those invaders chased me Those invaders chased after me and surrounded me. I had no way out. They almost killed me. That wouldn't have happened if you hadn't turned me down. It wasn't Hideko's fault that I had almost been killed. I knew it in my head, but my heart refused to stop those angry words from spilling out of my mouth. Hideko said nothing in response to my irrational accusation at first. You're right. I could have handled that better yesterday. You were already crushed by everyone's unkind words and deeds. I should have been more considerate. So here's a token of reconciliation from me to you. She took out a box she had been holding under her arm and handed it to me. Token of reconciliation? Open it. I think you'll like what you see. I took the box and gingerly lifted the cover. Inside was... What? It was the dead body of a gigantic bee. Is this some sort of sick joke? No, wait, this bee. Isn't this one of the sponsors' bees? You killed it? I did. I took advantage of the chaos after Kurata was killed to secure one. As a research sample. What sort of research? You can't be this stupid. Research that will help us kill the sponsor and put an end to this travesty of a game. I was dumbfounded by how nonchalantly Hideko talked about killing the sponsor. Sponsors are invincible. We can't kill them the way we are right now. We can, as long as we find a way to deal with the two weapons they wield. Two weapons? The bee is the first. The other is that suit they're wearing. That spacesuit thing? Yes, I believe that suit is the source of their invincible power. She was right. We attacked the fellow with all our might, but didn't manage to even scratch the suit. The outfit clearly had some special powers attached to it. How confident are you of finding something? My research on the suit is already in progress, and I expect to discover its weakness in the very near future. Really? However, I'm too deeply involved in researching the suit to spare time for anything else. I've not done anything about that bee or the identity of the sponsor yet. And you're bringing me on board to deal with the lack of manpower. Something like that. So, are you willing to join me in my quest to bring down the sponsor? If that were truly possible, I'd be more than happy to give her as much help as she needed. I need to save. That's what I need to do. But there were some things that were bothering me. You wanted my help. Why did you turn me down yesterday when I asked to team up? Then you wouldn't have had to come over again today to do this. Where are your brains? Try to remember what my exact words were. I will not be teaming up with you for this game. Surely you understood the implication that I would be teaming up with you outside of the game instead. Oh, sorry. I guess I couldn't see past that big bush you were beating around. You've been nothing but dismissive of me so far. When I was alienated, you didn't try to take my side. Just so we're clear, this doesn't mean we trust you or anything. Yes, I do think I could have handled that better, but can you blame me? I was still trying to figure out if I could trust the person you are right now. Person I am right now? It sounded like there was a deeper meaning to her statement, but I decided this wasn't the time or place to pursue it. The Takumi Sumino that I know is essentially a good person. He cherishes his friends, has a strong sense of justice, and possesses good leadership qualities. Someone worthy of my trust. However, you killed Eito on the night of day 2. A would-be traitor who had yet to do anything out of line. That created some doubts in me. I had to wonder if the Takumi I'm seeing right now is the Takumi I know. My question is, how do you know the previous me? You've technically only met me for one day. How does that work? Let me just essentially a good person, cherishes her friends, strong sense of justice, possesses good leadership qualities. We've only met for essentially one day when you made those assumptions, and then night of day 2 we killed Eito, right? So you've had to have known us beforehand. Either that, or you have knowledge of the previous events, or somehow monitored it. Anyways, I had to wonder if the Takumi I'm seeing right now is the Takumi I know. That is why I've been assessing you from a slight distance. To see whether you, the person you are right now, can be trusted. Starting to make sense now, like why she wanted to come with me to second to last Defense Academy when I went there. She wanted to use the opportunity to ascertain my humanity. We can chat later. Let's be on our way. I couldn't find a definitive answer to my question until that day. The game sponsor appeared and fatally wounded Kurata. You were the first to attack that unknown enemy in order to save her, with no care about what might happen to yourself. You were like a ray of light back then, and that's what I was convinced.
You are the Takumi I know.
Oh, don't say that. You're gonna do things to me.
The same kind-hearted Takumi Sumino, with the most disheveled and generic mug, who always puts his friends above himself.
My tears threatened to spill over despite myself. To think there was someone who still had so much faith in me after being called the Grim Reaper by everyone else. There, I said it. Now are you willing to work with me to bring down the sponsor? I'm not taking no for an answer. I wasn't as cold-hearted as to say no to someone who had just bared so much of their heart to me. However, you know I want nothing more than nothing more than to do just that, but I'm already in a team with Yugamu. What should we do about him?
Oh.
He's welcome to join us. His knowledge in biology will be very helpful in analyzing the body of that bee. He may not want to go against the sponsor, though. When it comes to killing someone, he tends to err on the side of discretion and deliberation. That's where your leadership abilities come into play. Leader what? You have just been appointed the leader of the Anti-Sponsor Alliance. I think that's a new sprite for Hideko. Hang on a minute. Shouldn't the one who suggested the partnership in the first place be responsible for taking the lead in? You know I'm not the leader type. Barking orders is just not my kind of thing. Excuse me? You expect me to believe you after all that tyranny you displayed in the previous 100 days?
Oh.
I'll leave the convincing to you, leader. The Anti-Sponsor Alliance will turn the situation around. Also, the previous 100 days, she died like in fucking day 10. Defeating the invincible sponsor of this game. It sounded impossible, but being told we could do this by Hideko of all people, somehow it felt like we really could. Maybe the others would have a better opinion of me if I played a part in taking down the sponsor. Maybe we could become friends again. Fell asleep clinging to that small ray of hope that had lighted up in my heart. Yes, please. Day 28. Getting more water. Also weird, we've had very little free time in all these other routes in all the routes so far of killing Eito. We've had free time like once or twice. An alliance? Sure, sign me up. Yugamu agreed to join the Anti-Sponsor Alliance so readily I almost felt disappointed. That's it? You're not going to think about it a little more? We're going up against someone virtually invincible, you know? It's a risky gamble that may very well end in our own deaths. The same amount of risk we were facing if we continue playing this game, right? We may not end up in last place during the first round, but what about the second? What about the third, the fourth, and so on? We'd be completely worn out by then. Would we be able to drive away any commanders who chose to launch an attack during that time? Either way, our strength will slowly be sapped away. Exactly. None of the others have noticed yet, but we're standing at the crossroads of destiny right now. Either we break free of the situation, either by defeating the sponsor, or get slowly tortured to death as the game drags on. So you can imagine how grateful I am to Hideko for taking the lead and revolting against the status quo. The thing is, his expression darkened. I have one major cause of concern with this alliance. What's that? Hideko's current teammate, Darumi. She's made no secret of how much she loves killing games. Hard to believe she'd be sympathetic to our quest to put an end to this game, you know what I mean? I'm sure Hideko will find a clever way to hide it from her or something. She said as much last night. What does Darumi think about this plan? Killing the sponsor to end the game. She may get mad because she loves her killing games so much. I'm keeping it a secret from her. She's merely my in-game partner, that's all.
Oh.
I was never going to let her join the Anti-Sponsor Alliance. Incomprehensible. Why even bother teaming up with her in the first place? To keep an eye on her. I'm sure she has her reasons that she won't reveal even if we pressed. Ah yes, femme fatale. Thy name is Hideko. Not that I approve of allies keeping secrets from each other. You speak for yourself. Point taken. Well, put Darumi on the back burner for now. So what exactly are we expected to do? Good question. Our top priority is to earn as many points as possible. The plan immediately falls apart if anyone in this alliance gets executed in the first round. Stay in a rank that safeguards you from that outcome. Understood. Safety first. Basically, focus on the hunt in the morning and Anti-Sponsor Alliance activities in the afternoon. The role in the alliance is...
Oh.
I want the anatomy and abilities of this bee to be thoroughly analyzed. This will primarily be Yugamu's job since he's so good at dissection. Good? You mean fabulous. I'm dying to get my hands on those bee remains already. By the way, what's your role? Takumi, I want you to investigate the identity of the sponsor. Focus on whether they're an invader or not. How exactly am I going to do that? Look up books in the library or something?
Oh.
Horses for courses and all that jazz, right? Best person to ask about invaders would be an invader herself. So Ava then. Yeah. Hideko passed me the key to the cage in the courtyard and said she'll leave the interrogation to me. You think she'll be cooperative? She's a former commander we captured and imprisoned. I doubt she'll betray her companion so easily. I know. Let me tag along. I'm quite the killer torturer if I do say so myself. No, you stay far, far away from her and wipe that drool off your face. It wasn't easy for me to build some semblance of a friendly relationship with Ava, and I wasn't about to let this lunatic flush that down the proverbial toilet. Acknowledged. I'll follow Hideko's general directions as instructed. That means going out there to earn some invader points right now. You ready, Takumi?
Yeah!
Yeah, ready when you are. We took out our weapons and went around attacking the invaders loitering in the ruins. I applied Yugama's advice from yesterday about treating the killings as mundane work. Lifting up my sword quietly and bringing it down nonchalantly. It's just work, I kept repeating to myself in my head. Detach yourself. It's just work. Detach yourself. It's just work. You didn't let me fight. Fuck this game. Fuck this fucking game, man. I want to fight. No, that sponsor isn't one of us. When I asked Ava about the sponsor's identity, she flatly rejected the possibility of them being an invader. Absolutely impossible. I could stake my life on it. You must have solid proof to be so sure. The proof is in the strangeness of their abilities. If they were truly one of our ilk, they wouldn't be using blood-sucking bees to fight. What do you mean? Bees are taboo in your religion or something? Not the bee, the blood-sucking. The absorption of divine blood is strictly prohibited in our commandments. Divine blood, meaning the cryptoglobin running in our veins. Absorbing cryptoglobin was prohibited. It reminded me of something similar I heard during my previous 100 days. Hemoanima or cryptoglobin, was it? Absorbing cryptoglobin is a taboo of the highest order. Which proved that the sponsor of this game couldn't have been an invader, since they absorbed Kurata's cryptoglobin. First of all, if the hosts were one of us, why would they organize a game to hunt down their own kind? Yeah, good point. It didn't make sense for an invader to urge the enemy to hunt down other invaders. However, this did complicate matters. If the sponsor was neither Special Defense Unit nor School Invader, did that mean they were an unknown third party? By the way, Takumi, if you don't mind me asking, Ava suddenly changed the subject. Remember that favor I asked for the other day? Did you bring it for me? Bring what? Oh, we're doing this song and dance again? You know, my mask? You promised you'd return it to me. Right. She did ask me for a mask a while back. Please return my mask to me. Your mask? The mask I was wearing on the battlefield. My people highly value our masks. We consider them as part of us. The mask was really important to her, as much as I'd like to give it back to her right now. I'm sorry, Ava. I'm going to have to go back on that promise. You'll have to bury your face for a little while longer. But why? Why are you being so mean to me? Because the game is not letting me do anything I want to do. It doesn't want to let me solo the game. God, it doesn't want me to be nice to you. Fucking hate it here. It doesn't even want me to do fucking battles. We did like the few and that's it. Like 2. She grabbed hold of the cage bars as she protested, tears welling up in her eyes. Exposing our plain faces is as embarrassing as walking around without clothing. Do you enjoy humiliating me so much? This is prisoner abuse. But wait, calm down. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just the timing's not right. What do you mean the timing's not right? The mask is a symbol of your identity as a commander, right? Wearing it will make everyone realize that you're also a target of the invader hunt. As a commander, Ava was most likely one of the targets of this game. Her death would likely result in a lot of points. If anyone realized that, she was bound to be murdered sooner or later.
Hey!
I can't give you back your mask in order to keep you safe. That's all. I can protect myself. I'm not known as a hero among my people for nothing. But you can't use any of your powers while you're inside this prison. You'd be like a sitting duck. But look, you have to just accept it. I'm not about to sit around and watch you get killed. You're not getting your mask back no matter what. Ava looked entirely unconvinced, and it seemed like she was about to protest again, but... This is awful. She sighed deeply in what sounded like resignation to me. Hey, cheer up. Once the game is over, you can have your mask back, okay? A maskless life isn't that bad once in a while, see? No risk of heat damage to your face. Ha 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 ha. I'm very sorry. She ignored my encouragements and apologies in favor of glaring at me through half-lidded eyes.
You're so useless. Can't even fetch a simple mask for me?
Huh? I thought I'd been imagining things. Did she just whisper something really out of character for her? Ava, sorry. Can you repeat that again? Did I hear you calling me useless? Do you have a problem? Do you have a problem with me speaking the truth now? I could go on, you know.
Takumi's a gibbering idiot, the enemy of all maidenkind, downright pervert. I'll sue you for prisoner abuse one day.
Ava had done a complete about-face. What could have transformed that sweet, docile lady from just now into this sharp-tongued witch? I'm guessing these are your true colors, huh? Yes, I'm done playing nice. I know I won't be getting anything out of you. This is the pits of the pits. After all that hard work, I didn't even get to see a glimpse of my mask. Why don't you just give it back already? The shock of not being able to get her mask back made Ava burst into tears. She had been putting on an act all this time. I was astonished by that fact and annoyed by her hurtful accusations, but... what am I supposed to do now? I couldn't muster up the anger to chide her as she wept sadly. She was likely mentally strained with the stress of being held in the middle of an enemy stronghold. No wonder everyone hates me. I quietly left the courtyard so as to not agitate Ava any further. After that, I returned to my room and organized the information I had gotten out of Ava in a notebook. And then, once night fell... this game's pissing me off.
You know, well then.
This route sucks, man. Now even Ava hates us. Can't have shit in this game, man. The bedtime announcement played. By rights, we should all be turning off the lights and jumping into bed right now, but... the Alliance meeting shall now begin. We'll take turns to share our findings of the day with each other. It had been decided that the Anti-Sponsor Alliance would be holding nightly meetings in my room to exchange information starting from tonight. You start first, Takumi. Learned anything new about the identity of the sponsor? Yes, according to what Ava told me, I shared the results of my investigation with everyone. About how the bee could not have been a weapon of an invader. That bloodsucking was taboo to the invaders, so the sponsor couldn't have been one since they sucked Kurata's blood. I'm getting fucking tired and it's hard for me to read. It is 3 in the morning. In conclusion, it's quite likely the sponsor is an unknown third party unrelated to us or the school invaders. That's all from me. We're already having enough trouble with the invaders, and now there's a third party? This is highly displeasing. I think that's also a new sprite. I don't think I've ever seen Hiriko that distressed. Be that as it may, I must commend you for a job well done. That was remarkable work for a person of your intelligence. Thanks, but can I get something other than a backhanded compliment once in a while? I'll work on it if I feel like it. So that's a no. Allow me to go next. After dismembering the dead bee and investigating its anatomy, I made several discoveries. Well, it looks mechanical judging by what's underneath it. First of all, the bee was modeled after a type of parasitic wasp. A horrible species that parasitizes. Never seen that word. I know what it means and everything. I can understand. I've just never seen it. The bodies of butterflies larvae and feeds off their innards. Basically, that bee was simply a scaled-up version of a parasitic wasp. There's just one major difference between this bee and an actual parasitic wasp. Bees and hornets usually use their stingers to inject poison into the enemy's body. This giant bee, however, uses it to suck stuff out. Like a blood-collecting device of sorts. It works more like a mosquito stinger. We all saw the bee use it to suck the blood out of Kurata. Yes, and she was drained in a few seconds, a testament to the strength of its suction. But it does bring up another question. The body of the bee has nowhere to store the blood it sucks. So where did Kurata's blood disappear to? Maybe it was warped to another place instantly? It's likely that's what's happening. Maybe it's designed to transfer all the nutrients it sucks up into the sponsor's stomach. In other words, the sponsor's using the bees to consume cryptoglobin. Just a hypothesis. If that turned out to be true, it would mean the sponsor absorbed Kurata's blood. The thought of my friend's blood being used as food sparked an intense rage within me. And that's all I've got. Let's hear what Hideko has to say now. Any progress on that suit the sponsor's wearing? Yes, I'd venture to say there's been some major progress, much more than I initially expected. I may be able to get my hands on a spare suit worn by the sponsor in the very near future. There's a spare suit? Yes, and I've almost pinpointed its location. All that's left is to refine the coordinates. Hideko previously said the sponsor's invincibility came from that suit. If we could secure something similar, wouldn't that make us invincible as well? Where's the spare? We can look for it together. No, that won't work. I'll search for it myself. Why? 3 sets of eyes are faster than 1, right? Because I'm the only one who could find that place. Something terrible beyond all imagination may happen if someone other than me discovered it. So don't even try, understand? Her assertive tone made it clear that there would be no further discussion on the matter. Something that could cause the usual placid Hideko to get so worked up had to be extraordinary. Okay, I'll respect your wishes even if I don't understand them. It's for the best. Moving on, what's the plan for tomorrow and beyond? I need you two to continue your research. We're having a dire lack of good information right now. Don't forget to keep earning points in the game as well. Stay in 6th place or higher. Also, avoid situations that may end up with you dying to mere minions. As usual, we're going with safety first. If you accidentally die, I'll bring you back to life and kill you myself, Takumi. Why only me? Because if anyone will screw up, it's you. I'll be fine. Yugama's with me, and I'm not that bad of a fighter myself. You should be watching out for yourself. You were the first to die last time. Please, are you talking to me? I'm much stronger than the Hideko you knew. Darumi and I could take out a commander or 2 by ourselves. Darumi, huh? Yugama's expression darkened at that. Hideko, I just don't get it. Why would you team up with Darumi, of all people? I'll be brutally honest. The fact that your team doesn't sit right with me. She loves her killing games. I can't imagine she won't at least try to sabotage our work if she ever finds out about it. Rest assured that she'll never find out. She's just my in-game partner, nothing more, nothing less. I'm talking about the what-ifs right now. You can't guarantee that it won't happen. You really ought to dissolve your partnership with her. No, I'm not letting her out of my sight. She has an important role to play as well. Which is? I can't tell you. Why not? Should the allies share as much information with each other as possible? Yugama continued to question Hideko about her reason for teaming up with Darumi, but she kept quiet throughout. The alliance meeting ended on a slightly sour note because of that. Well, probably because Darumi, like he said, would try to ruin everything, so you can't tell her. So you have her on a quite literal leash. Oh, man. I'm tired. Excuse me. It'd been 4 days since the game started, and I'd gotten used to fighting outside the academy. I would wander around town quietly in search of invaders and strike them down using as little energy as possible. Detach yourself. It's just work. Detach yourself. It's take their lives. Detach yourself. It's just work. Nice. Seems like I'm in pretty good form today. I doubted I would end up in last place in the first round if I kept this up. But ensuring my survival alone wasn't enough to put me at ease. The ultimate goal of the anti-sponsor alliance was to put an end to this game by killing the sponsor. But what was the sponsor hoping to achieve by making us do this? I couldn't get that one thought out of my mind as I cut down one invader after another. In a way, the sponsor and Sirei were similar. Both were trying to make us fight against invaders. Except, Sirei never ordered us to fight outside the academy. He always insisted we fought on the academy grounds. On the other hand, the rules laid down by the sponsor basically forbade us from doing so. They were designed to make us fight outside. Why was the sponsor so determined to make us fight out here? Did they not want us using the revive-o-matic? Dying outside when our dead bodies couldn't be revived. Was that the sponsor's objective? To ensure that anyone who died would stay dead. Hey, Takumi, when did your hands go on vacation? I was jolted back to reality by Yugama's teasing. Sorry, just thinking about something. It's dangerous to think and kill at the same time. There's a fine line between familiarity and carelessness.
Ah.
Keep your mind on the hunt for now. Don't forget that Hideko warned you last night about getting killed. You're right. Sorry about that. I refocused my mind on the task at hand. With my sword in hand and my mind cleared, I resumed the work of hunting down invaders. Yugamo and I spent the better part of that morning killing together. We returned to the academy a little past noon and immediately made our way to the leisure lounge. Excuse me. Oh, we dropped. We dropped to 4th, at least. Yugamo's at 6th. Shoma's at the bottom with the twins and Takamado. Fair enough.
I'm in 4th place, and Yugamu's in 6th.
Our positions had slipped for the first day, but we were still within the top bracket. Since it was already the 4th day, it was unlikely we would tumble all the way to the bottom this round unless something catastrophic happened.
Shoma's currently in last place.
I told myself not to look at the other positions, while my eyes naturally drifted to the last spot. Speaking of leaderboard positions,
Tsubasa's is surprisingly high.
she was clearly holding her teammates back yesterday. You don't have to mind me. Go on and get more points for yourselves. Tsubasa, you promised not to say that anymore. Looking out for one another is what teammates do. No wrestler worth their salt abandons their tag partners to get ahead in the match. She's likely benefiting from the point sharing system. What point sharing system? What, you haven't noticed? There's a way to earn points in this game without killing any invaders yourself. Yugamo took out a notepad and started drawing some sort of diagram on it. Let's say, for example, a 10-point enemy appears in front of you. You kill that enemy by yourself, you gain 10 whole points. But if I help you in the fight, I gain a percentage of those 10 points. Could be a 50-50 or 80-20 split, depending on the situation. It all hinges on how much each person contributed toward the fight. Simply joining the fight earns you at least 10% of the points. Tsubasa's Hima Anima is very versatile, so I'm sure she's earning points by supporting the others. So every member of the team gets some credit as long as they work together, like in sports. A strange but fitting comparison. Weaker players earn points by focusing their efforts on supporting others. Stronger players gain support by offering to share the points with those who do. This game may not be about pure combat prowess, but how well we work together. We're being tested on our teamwork. In a killing game? A killing game usually pits participants against each other, but the rules for this one clearly lent itself to fostering teamwork. Had this been implemented to adjust the difficulty of the game to our level? Or did the sponsor have some ulterior motive? I returned to my room, unable to quash the indescribable wave of nausea threatening to bowl me over. What should I do this afternoon? I was in my room trying to figure out what to do with the time I had before the nightly meeting. My role in the anti-sponsor alliance was to find out the identity of the sponsor, but it's not as easy as it sounds. I felt like I needed a clear direction. Like, where was I supposed to even start? Oh, whoops. I don't know how that happened. Only had a head of sorts to help me get the ball rolling. I suppose I'll just have to ask around. Asking around for information would be the best way to find clues that might shed some more light on the matter. Asking around. Yes, that's what I'll be doing today. The others would surely be shocked to see the most unpopular guy in the school right now approaching them out of the blue. But I can't just hole up in my room all day without at least trying something. I steeled myself before dashing out of my room. Save again. It's pissing me off that I don't have free time, though. Alright, Tsubasa. You're up first. Takumi. Tsubasa lowered her eyes awkwardly when I called out to her. Sorry for abandoning you the other day. Did everything turn out alright after that? Yeah. I managed to walk away with my life somehow. Yugamu and I are a team now. I'm just glad you're safe. I don't want to see any more of my friends dying. Though that means Shoma's in trouble for the first round, huh? Why? He's not taking part in the game at all. Takamoto's been pulling all the stops to invite him, but he refuses to leave even his room. I see. Shoma's probably going to be the first to die if things continue like this. But we could save him if we took down the sponsor before that happened. Tsubasa, do you happen to know anything about the sponsor? I'm trying to find out their true identity. That's a question I like to answer myself. Why did they show up and make us take part in this killing game? Not if it makes any sense. Yeah, fair. Info about the sponsor's identity? Oh my, are you investigating that too? Huh? Too? As in you're also looking into this? You bet. I even tried to film a day in the life documentary of the sponsor some time ago. Day in the life?
No.
First, I made a camera with a Gift-O-Matic, then I tailed the sponsor around for 24 hours. That way, if they ever revealed their face during that time, we'd catch it on film, right? And did you? Oh, I wish. They clinged to that spacesuit like it was the championship belt itself. God, I need water. Ugh. Doing a second recording the same days. Straining my voice a bit. How's it possible to carry out any sort of daily routine with that suit on? What about food? Oh, the sponsor doesn't eat. Doesn't eat? Yeah, I never saw them eat or sleep even once. Just kept buzzing out orders to their B underlings day in, day out. Sponsor could stay active for 24 hours without any food or sleep. It sounded unbelievable to me, but Mocha wasn't the type to tell tall tales. We're dealing with a real main event headliner here. Better be ready for a Royal Rumble if you're trying to unveil their real identity. Once again, they're probably a robot, like Nigo and Sirei. Unless it's Nigo himself. Hey Takamado, can I have a minute? I'm gathering information about the sponsor right now, and... Sorry, man. I ain't got nothing to say to you. You're just bad luck these days. Everything you touch turns to ashes. Bad luck, huh? Just part of being the school jinx, I guess. Yeah, it's a bit rough. I don't want to talk to Ava. She's gonna be mad at me. Do not speak to me as if we were friends. I will never, ever forgive you for sending Lady Konata to her dismal death. Be gone, accursed Grim Reaper, and give Lady Konata back to me. Calm down, Kyoshika. I'm sorry, Takumi, but Kyoshika's still very angry about what happened, so... I knew I wasn't popular, but actually having such vitriol spewed directly in my face was a sobering experience. Cool. This is bliss!
Yeah.
Whoa, who just shouted? It is I, Darumi, and I'm shouting because this is the happiest I've ever been. Killing game, check. Mistress Hidiko's lapdog, check. Killing and killing and killing every day and night, check, check, and check. I'm Mistress Hidiko's loyal lapdog in a killing game. What else does a person need to be happy in life? Just thinking about how I'm gonna wring the innards out of those invaders tomorrow releases so many endorphins into my brain, I may just pass out from sheer pleasure. Darumi was enjoying the current situation with every fiber of her being. I still couldn't understand why Hideko would team up with someone like that. Good talk. It's just Ava left, huh? Sure. She's not happy with me, though. Which makes me very sad. Ava was in her cell, looking as dejected as I'd left her. She was clearly still aghast at not being able to get her mask back. Good talk. Okay, I've collected quite a bit of information. I learned a lot, and I was glad I mustered up the courage to talk to everyone. After putting the information down in the notebook, I prepared for the nightly meeting. You really learned that much, though? I mean, mostly from Moko. No one else really told us anything.
Well then.
For the Anti-Sponsor Alliance, the bedtime announcement was now a call to action instead of a reminder to rest. A sign for us to gather a report on the day's findings. So now we know it's highly possible the sponsor doesn't eat or sleep. It still manages to be so powerful. They should just quit sponsoring killing games and go make a killing in the business world instead. Who wouldn't be impressed by a corporate soldier who could work all day and night? This is neither the time nor place to be joking around. It is precisely the time and place to be funny. Morbid humor is the best way to deal with morbid situations. That's just how strong the enemy we're up against is, right, Hideko? This sponsor person is an enigma. Stays active for 24 hours without any sort of nutritional replenishment. Are we dealing with a robot? We can't rule out that possibility considering what little we know of their identity. Be that as it may, I must commend you for a job well done. That was remarkable work for a person of your intelligence. Thanks, but can I get something other than a backhanded compliment once in a while? Was that a joke? It must be. Your entire existence is one. Well, aren't you something yourself? Allow me to share my additional findings on the bee's anatomy next. I got down to business today by dismembering the bee to its smallest parts. Some interesting truths were uncovered as a result. Despite a tough and grandiose appearance, it doesn't quite have the hardiness to match. The joints snap out of place even if you even look at them wrong, and the stinger comes off without much effort as well. It's as fragile as life itself. But it can't be so weak. These bills killed Kurata like it was nothing. Their bodies were likely enhanced by some supernatural means when they were still alive. Supernatural, in other words, hemoanima. The ability to move around without needing to eat or rest. Hemoanima enhanced bees. The more we try to pry into the sponsor's business, the more of their uncanny strengths we seem to discover. But none of these prove that the sponsor themselves was impossible to defeat. If we could just find a way to get them out of that invincibility suit. Last but not least, let's hear what Hideko has to tell us. Did you find that spare suit you talked about? Yes, I pinpointed the location yesterday. If all goes well, I should be able to get my hands on the suit by tomorrow. Really? I honestly wasn't expecting to find it so soon either. Once we actually have it, uncovering a weakness or two should be a trivial work. Unfortunately for the sponsor, their invader hunt is about to draw to a premature close. An end to this abominable invader hunt seemed like a dream, but Hideko seemed confident the odds were in our favor. Anything we could do to help you secure the spare suit? Quite a lot. In fact, I'd venture to say I couldn't possibly recover the suit without your help. The suit is located somewhere in the south of this campus. Actually, getting the suit is going to be the easy part. The thing is, if the bees flying around find out what we're doing, all our efforts will go down the drain. Because then the sponsor will realize what we're up to. That's why we're going to need a little bit of creative prep work to hoodwink those roaming bees. With that preface, Hideko shared with us a brief outline of her plan. Our operation commences at 7 a.m. tomorrow. The three of us here plus Darumi will head south in the direction of town. Once we're somewhere in the vicinity of this area, we'll start hunting down the invaders. As we do, we'll destroy the ruins around in the flashiest way possible, kicking up as much dust and ash as we can. I'll use the sudden drop in visibility as camouflage to secretly move to the place with the spare suit without being discovered by the bees. We'll meet up once I find the suit. And rush back to school to examine it until we can discover its weaknesses. After we ascertain a way to destroy the invincibility suit, it's showdown time with the sponsor. Hideko's plan was simple but bold. She would absolutely end everything tomorrow if circumstances allowed, both the invader hunt and the sponsor themselves. Will you help me, Takumi and Yugamu? An earnest plea for help from Hideko without her usual barbs was a straight yes from me. I nodded vigorously. Of course I'll help. Let's get that suit and bring down the sponsor together. I'm against this plan. I won't be joining it. What's gotten into you, Yugamu? Is there something wrong with the plan? Nothing wrong with the plan per se. What's wrong is one of the participants. Hideko, why are you letting Darumi join the operation tomorrow? You've been insisting all this time that she's nothing but your in-game partner and not a member of the anti-sponsor alliance. She's very strong. She'll be useful in combat. That's nice, but what guarantee is there she won't turn around and slit our throats after learning of the plan? She lives and breathes killing games. Oh my god, I need more water. I can already picture her lunging at us in an unrestrained anger when she finds out we're trying to put a stop to her beloved game. You're overthinking this. She'll be too engrossed in the game to even notice what we're doing. That's my point, see? It's counterproductive to let someone so engrossed with killing games into our confidence. I disagree. I'm bringing her along tomorrow by hook or by crook. I have my reasons. Oh, such as? The discussion was leading nowhere. Neither Hideko nor Yugamu seemed willing to compromise. Tomorrow's operation would be aborted if we didn't find a way to break the stalemate. I had to do something. That sounds like a decision. I'm afraid I have to take Yugamu's side this time, Hideko. We're putting our lives on the line tomorrow. Yeah, at the same time, you're trying to involve someone outside of the Alliance. You can't blame us for feeling hesitant. Even you think so. She averted her eyes and bit her lips. Fine. I won't ask for your help anymore. I'll get the suit myself. Hold on. I'm not finding fault with you or anything. I reached out quickly and grabbed Hideko's hand before she could leave the room. We understand you have secrets you can't fully share with us, and we know you have your reasons. Can't you at least tell us something? Has to be something out of the ordinary, right? You're not the type to insist on doing things your way for mere selfish reasons. And how are you so sure I'm not? Because you trusted me, so I trust you too. It was Hideko who trusted me and brought me out when everyone else was shunning me and calling me a jinx. If she needed help, I wanted to do everything in my power to help her. I quietly pleaded with Hideko while intensely staring at her in the eyes, praying hard that she would trust and lean on me. And then... it was a sigh of resignation. The trouble with your generic face is how it completely disarms me when you're spouting the occasional hero-like rhetoric. Very well. You will have a full explanation on why I must bring Darumi along. Really? Yes, but not here. Outside. I'll be waiting for you on the roof. Come alone. With that, she exited the room. But her wanting to meet with me alone would mean... Oh, for the love of murder. I'm the outcast now, huh? I don't mind. Go ahead, Takumi. I'll be right here, keeping your bed warm for you until you return. Yeah, thanks. I'll be right back after I hear what she has to say. Also, don't touch my bed. No promises. Please, promise. I left Yugamu behind in my room and went out to the roof. Huh? Hideko. I didn't see Hideko on the roof, even though she said she'd be waiting for me there. Unless she went back to her room? Over here, Takumi. Hideko's so pretty. I turned toward the direction of the voice and saw Hideko seated on the ledge. She was staring intently at something. I followed her gaze and... there was the artificial satellite floating in the night sky.
Do you long to see the people living there again?
Her question was sudden and unexpected.
Of course I do. That's what I'm fighting so hard for.
I forget, Hideko knows something that we don't. We still haven't learned it yet.
Yes, you would be right. We're all fighting here because there are people we want to see again. We'll be able to go back to them after this war ends. That's what motivates us to keep going. In other words, that's why we're so determined not to die here. However, Darumi has none of that. She's got nowhere to return to.
Nowhere? Surely she has family who can take her in.
Not all families are worth going back to. Not that I expect you to understand.
She was right. I didn't understand. How could I? It was my cherished dream to be surrounded by my parents and Karawa at the dinner table again someday.
Takumi, do you know why Darumi is so enamored with killing games?
No.
It's very simple. She grew up in an environment that was like a killing game in itself. If she'd let her guard down, even for a brief moment, she'd be abused by her parents or teachers. Punishment awaited her at every turn for no reason other than the adults in her life having a bad day. None of the grown-ups who were supposed to be looking out for her reached out to help in her time of need. You see? Just like a killing game, right?
I had an inkling Darumi may not have come from the best of family environments, but I had no idea it was that bad. I'm not surprised. Leeching off someone else without ever giving anything back and abusing them on top of that sounds like my scumbag brother. Right? Just like how he ignored all the eviction notices and restraining orders and doubled down on the violence. Huh. Dad goes to see the horse races on Sunday afternoons and beats me when he loses his bets. Huh. All of that coming back. It's all coming full circle, huh? She wasn't kidding about that.
And when you go through life living like that, you can't help but wonder, why only me?
Yeah. That's understandable.
Why am I the only one suffering like this? Why can't everyone suffer together with me? Young and old, male and female. We should all suffer together. Use up our lives, our very existences, to entertain ourselves through misery. That's why she loves her killing game so much. It's the closest thing to her ideal world she can find.
So she was being dead serious when she talked about wanting to start a killing game.
Dead and buried 6 feet underground. She would have given her life for it.
What sort of mentality could drive a person to be this desperate for a killing game to begin?
Her wish to see the whole world turn into a killing game was never going to come true under normal circumstances. But as fate decreed, that wish somehow actually did come true.
When the sponsor showed up. The sponsor of the killing game suddenly appeared in midair one day. Darumi must have felt like her childhood dream was finally coming true.
She's on cloud 9 right now, living out a dream that once seemed impossible to achieve. And she intends to die in it, after playing to her heart's content.
Die? Even though her dream finally came true?
Exactly. Now that her dream has come true, she has nothing to live for anymore.
She didn't look like someone who wanted to die, though. The few times I've seen her outside the academy.
In fact, you guys were slaughtering the school invaders together quite enthusiastically. Someone who fought with such wanton abandon in a situation where there was no coming back from death couldn't exactly be mentally sound now, could they? She was right. Someone with normal sensitivities would be a lot more cautious about this.
Without me keeping a close eye on her, she'll be running headlong into the largest group of invaders she can find. If I don't keep forcing her to return together, she'll keep on fighting, even past her limits. Even after returning, she always wants to go right back out to continue the hunt. It's not easy for me to keep pulling her back. She's basically committing slow suicide. I can't take my eyes off her for a minute.
Is that why you're so insistent on bringing her along for tomorrow's operation?
I just don't want to leave her alone to her own devices. A short while's fine, but I get the feeling we may be taking a while tomorrow. I have to take her along, if I don't want to come back to a dead Darumi. This whole plan would be pointless if even one person dies.
I was completely dumbfounded. Hideko was serious about saving everybody's lives. Then again, Hideko had always been like that, even last time. My primary goal here is to win the war. There is nothing I won't do for the sake of victory. But it's not enough for us to defeat the invaders. All of us have to survive as well. That's what victory means to me. She would ensure no one got left behind by snatching them from the jaws of death, even if it meant taking their place. Her tenacity in this aspect had saved me, and was now saving Darumi. My body trembled involuntarily when I realized the depth of Hideko's determination. I had to admit it, she was the real hero here. I feel bad for Darumi, but this game needs to end. The sooner the better. She's never going to come to her senses unless she first wakes up from this sham of a dream. I'm begging you here, Takumi. Help me tomorrow. Yeah, of course. How could I possibly turn down a request from this awesome hero standing before me? I'll convince Yugamu to help as well. I can't believe he'll turn us down after I explain the situation to him. The four of us will rampage through town together tomorrow and put an end to the invader hunt. We both stretched out a hand spontaneously and exchanged a firm and solemn handshake. The only thing going through my mind at the time was what I could do to protect Hideko's kind-hearted resolve. We would work together to defeat the sponsor, and then... let's all get to the best day 100 together. But I was too naive. Kind-heartedness had no place on the battlefield. because it was Hideko's kind-heartedness that led her to end up like that. Yeah, someone overheard the conversation. There's no way no one did. There was no way someone did not hear what we talked about.
Hideko!
Oh. Ha. She was lying on the ground with blood pouring out of her back. This is a mortal wound. There's no way she could recover from this. The attacker, if I remember correctly, is the...
Squad 3 Commander!
What is a commander doing here? Why is Hideko lying in a pool of her own blood? Was she defeated by that commander? Nothing was making sense. My mind was in a state of confusion.
How did this happen?
Our plan had been proceeding smoothly. We set off early, reached the part of town south of the school, and started doing battle. Using the flashy skills we had in our arsenal, we hunted down every invader in the area. This was to draw the flying beast's attention to us. Sometime after the battle began, Hideko secretly left the area like she had planned in order to secure the spare suit. The bees were struggling to count the points Yugamu and I were racking up and didn't seem to have noticed her sudden absence. It felt like the plan was actually going to work. All we had to do was wait for Hideko to return with the suit that would lead us to victory. But then something unexpected happened. I took my eyes off Darumi, who had been fighting with us for only a short while, and she vanished at that moment. She probably got overly excited and decided to expand her hunting territory. I panicked. Hideko would be heartbroken if anything happened to Darumi. I ran around the vicinity in a desperate attempt to locate her, all the while imploring her in my heart to not do anything reckless that might end up making Hideko sad. I was praying hard for her safety. And just as I'd finally caught sight of Darumi on the other side of some rubble, the unthinkable happened. I couldn't make head nor tail of the scene, no matter how long or hard I stared at it.
Why? Why? Why is this happening?
Get a hold of yourself, Takumi.
I snapped back to my senses at Yugamu's yelling. Yugamu, Hideko's down. Most likely by a commander. Yugamu's face twisted into a hateful scowl when he turned to look at the commander. That's why I didn't want Darumi to come along. She's too high profile in a lot of ways. You can't blame the enemy for zeroing in on such an attention-grabbing target on the battlefield. I'd wager the commander attacked Darumi first in this case. And when Hideko tried to help her, the commander attacked Darumi as she was rampaging around. And when Hideko tried to help, she got struck down instead. What do we do now? How can we save them both? Run away, that's what? The operation's failed. We can't just abandon them. There's nothing we can do to turn the tide of this battle, especially not against the commander. We need to survive so that we can carry on Hideko's will. Yugamu's decision was sound. The best outcome we could hope for right now was to avoid all of us dying. But did I really want that? What was the point of surviving if I had to abandon a friend to do it? Abandon Hideko and Darumi to escape and wait for another chance, or jump in to save them without caring about the consequences. Fuck. Save Darumi. I don't even need to think about it. It's your future. I'm going to save those two. You'd better get out of here before the commander notices you. Don't be crazy, Takumi. You won't accomplish anything by dying here. I know. You're absolutely right, but...
You are the Takumi I know. The same kind-hearted Takumi Sumino, with the most disheveled and generic mud, who always puts his friends above himself.
Hideko's put her trust in me. I won't abandon her now. I cleared my mind with the battle cry and charged into the fray. Once I reached Hideko and Darumi, we launched into a painfully one-sided battle against the enemy commander. You're gonna actually let me fight? Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, let me fight.
Ah!
Oh, hey Takumi. Came to save us, huh? Thanks, bruh. I hate to disappoint you after you came all this way, but we're totally headed for a game over here. Mistress Hideko's already out of action, and I'm basically about to keel over too. Yo-ho-ho, looks like we bought ourselves a one-way ticket to hell. Why don't we just accept it and all die together? If you've got energy to talk, you can still fight. Take out the weaker enemies first. You got it, boss. Oh boy. How strong is the boss? 75. Well...
Let's go.
What's the condition? All allies annihilated. It does not look like we could bring back Hideko as well, which is a little concerning.
Let's do this. Here we go. This should do it. Let's do this.
Do you counter? Yes.
Good to go. That's it. Oh, I've got this. Take that! Got it!
Looks a little dangerous.
What's your move? 6, huh?
I wonder how many more can I get?
That's a good question, huh? What's your move? 4. And also 4.
So close to dead.
Yeah,
Good
that's
to
the
go.
problem.
Let's do this. Time to use it. Ready when you are. There! Let's do this. Ha! All right, here we go. Take that! Good to go. Ha! Got it. Say when. I've got this. This should do it. Here we go. One last strike.
Okay.
Take care of the rest.
It's as bad as I thought, huh?
Covers 1 HP, huh?
How's about one of these? I can't anymore.
Move -3, flight +2 on target. Heals user fatigue. Well, they all do that, but that's fine. Oh, this does stun. Never mind. Stun on target, stun on user. Null stun, so it doesn't matter.
I'm about to die. Don't bother me! I wonder how many more can I get?
How much did you move down by? Down to 3.
It's as bad as I thought, huh? I wonder how many more can I get?
Hideko looks like she can't be hit. So I should be fine to do this for the time being. Well, that guy can only move 1 space, right? Yeah.
Looks a little dangerous. Stabby, stab, stab!
Okay.
Let's go!
Boss did not move, thankfully.
Does it hurt? Fine. Let's do it to it!
Okay. Weird that the boss isn't moving, though.
My turn.
I am a little concerned about that.
Seriously depressing.
That does 2.
Say when.
Where's my air blade doing 3?
That's it.
That did not. Oh, he doesn't have flight. For some reason, I thought he did.
My turn. Harder.
I guess he's just not moving.
Let's do it!
I'll
Tippel's
play it
about
safe.
what it is. Fine.
Yeah, it doesn't stack, but that's fine. He could be moving. Why he
Say
doesn't,
when.
I'm not sure.
Take this.
Okay. There's the first wave done. Anyone else get the feeling this commander's just playing with us? He's not even attacking. He's just standing there, all menacing like. Guess he knows he doesn't need to get involved directly. We're already outnumbered and outclassed. It's only a matter of time until they overwhelm us. Damn it.
Ah.
You really are too dumb to live sometimes. Did you really think you could take on a commander with just the two of you? Well, yes, realistically I could. The game doesn't want me to. Yugamu, what are you doing here? I told you to run. I'm just making the most logical choice I can. We can't afford to lose you, Takumi. We'll have no chance of winning the war if we do. That means our only choice is to do something about this guy so we can all get away. Wasn't much of a plan, but at least we had hope now. With 3 of us, we might just be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
Let's do this, guys. Give it everything you've got and take him down. I mean, I could have done it to begin with, but sure. Sure game. Drive the boss back, huh? Oh, Darumi's back at full health.
Ready when you are.
That is
Time
nice.
to use it. I've got this. There. Got it. Let's go. Ha! All right.
Here we go!
Here we go. This should do it. Ready when you are.
Oh, this is annoying. Are you serious? Just ever so slightly off, huh?
That's it. Got it.
Let's go! Does it hurt?
Let's do this. Ha! Say when.
Bitch.
Okay.
Let's go.
I
Time
got
to
2 more.
use it.
I'll use it.
I've got this. Take that! Say when.
Fine.
Let's see if I get lucky.
Here we go. Ah!
I did it.
All right. I'm good to go. Quite the feeling. My turn. Is that all you got? I'm
Good
on
enough.
it. Yeah. Damn it!
Ouch, oof, owie.
I'm spent. I've got this.
Attack, bleed, and move down, huh?
Good to go. This should do it. Let's do this.
Oh, the attack down, that's why. Just wondering what the fuck was happening.
Time to use it. Good to go. Let's go. Here we go. Good to go.
No more Unfortunate.
Time for me to move.
Let's do it to it!
Needs voltage. Alright.
Ready when you are.
3 and 3? 6 and plus the bleed, which is the problem.
Let's go.
Heal status effects. Might unironically need to do this now.
Good to go. That's it. Let's go.
Hang in there!
Good enough.
I'm on it. Here. Ready when you are.
This will work because he counters. I think I just hold on to it for now.
I've got this. This should do it. Good to go.
Just
Time
in
to use
case.
Okay! Yep, right there!
Yeah.
I mean, that works.
I'm out of mana!
Not bad. Ready when you are.
What is that? 4 times 4 is 16?
Let's go.
19? No, 29. Last heal is a thing, though.
I've got this.
The problem is I think I get
we go.
counterattacked if I do this, right?
That's it.
I don't.
My turn.
Ooh, that's actually better.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't have to bring it to 0. Fair enough. I could have, though, but the game, once again, the game won't let me. It's no use. He's too strong. He really is just playing with us. An extra fighter or two is not going to make any difference. Well, that's a lie. The game won't let me win.
Ah.
For the love of murder, if he's going to kill us anyway, he could at least go all out too. Half-assing it just makes the whole thing feel cheap. This is why I hate fighting invaders. Don't give up. There has to be something we could do. Nah, dude, we're done. Let's charge in one last time and get blown to smithereens. I always wanted to go out like a bunch of dirty fireworks. Go ho ho. We're all out of options. Are we really gonna die here? Just when it seemed all hope was lost.
Take my cryptoglobin.
I heard Hideko's voice, faint and weak, but still determined, on my comm channel. Hideko? I thought you passed out. Never mind that. Just absorb my cryptoglobin. It's the only way. Absorb your cryptoglobin? What are you talking about? Am I not being clear enough? I want you to kill me. If I'm going to die anyway, you may as well take my power and save yourselves. What? You're my friend. I could never kill you. I may die, but you'll still have to hope. You'll still have the spare suit. Use it to figure out the sponsor's secret and defeat them. Kill me so you can survive. You can't be serious. There's no way I could do this. I'm not asking. I'm telling. Do it now. Take my power. and survive. Darumi! Oh. Huh. For a moment, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Darumi had thrust a knife right into Hideko's back.
Mistress Hideko. Mistress Hideko. Your power flowing into me. I can feel you inside me.
I tried to stop her, but it was too late. As Darumi absorbed more and more of her blood, Hideko's body began to shrivel and dry up. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I've never felt this kind of energy before. I'm in the zone now. I feel like I could fly. Like I could do anything. Yahoo! Darumi threw her head back and let out a crazed cry of elation, totally at odds with what just happened. Don't you realize what you've done, Darumi? You just killed Hideko. Save the recriminations for later, Takumi. Now that it's reached this point, we have to see it through. But Hideko is... Darumi's overflowing with power right now. She might actually be able to beat that commander. Yugamo was right. Darumi was stronger than ever. She rushed around the battlefield like a berserker, swinging her weapons in every direction, even charging at the commander without the slightest trace of fear. No one can stop me now. By the time we were able to take stock of our surroundings, we realized the commander was no longer there. Did he just leave? Yeah, seems that way. Had we really won? Somehow it didn't feel real. Relax, he's gone. I don't sense any trace of his presence anymore. Also, the thing Hideko gave her life to get us is still here, and it's still intact. Yugamo held up the suitcase Hideko had brought from the school. It most likely had the spare of the sponsor suit inside it. We've done what we set out to do. Make no mistake, this is a win for us. It's just, we had to pay a pretty big price for it. Yugamo's gaze wandered to Hideko's body. It was bad enough that she sustained fatal damage trying to bail Darumi out, but then her cryptoglobin was absorbed by the very person whose life she saved. As for Darumi herself, she was just staring blankly up at the sky. I could only imagine how she felt, having just killed someone who had been like a sister to her. Before I could say anything... Darumi! Her eyes rolled back into her head as she fell to the ground. Looks like she finally ran out of steam. You'll have to carry her for now, Takumi. I'll dig a grave for Hideko. Here's as good a resting place for her as any. Yugamo began digging with an old piece of wood. When the hole was big enough, gently lowered Hideko's body into the ground.
Hideko. I'm sorry I couldn't save you.
But I won't let your sacrifice be in vain. I'll use the suit you worked so hard to get us to figure out the sponsor's weakness, and then...
I'll defeat them and end this game. I promise.
We returned to the school, determined to carry on what Hideko had started. Unfortunately. I have no idea where to even start with tech this weird. Yugamo and I had gone back to my room to look at the suit, but looking at it was about all we could do. Neither of us knew anything about electronics or wearable technology, or whatever it was that made this suit tick. Analyzing how it worked and how to get past its defenses was going to be hard, if not impossible. Well, it's a protective suit made out of some kind of specialized material. That's about all I can say. Yeah, I can't figure anything else out either. How can something this flimsy block our attack so completely? We'd worked so hard to get it. This feels like such a waste.
Hey!
Darn it. If only we had someone with actual engineering knowledge on our side. As if in answer to my exasperated cry. Someone's here? At this hour? You don't think it's the sponsor, do you? It's not totally out of the question. They might have realized we got our hands on a suit just like theirs. The bell rang again. Pretending I wasn't here would only put off the inevitable. The sponsor was relentless. If I was going to die anyway, I might as well put up a fight, here and now. I took a deep breath and opened the door. Tsubasa. I definitely hadn't expected to see her standing on the other side. Since this game began, everyone except Yugamu and Hideko had been keeping their distance from me. Tsubasa's eyes were downcast. She looked like she might start to cry at any moment. Hey, what's wrong? Howdy, Tsubasa. You're looking pretty grief-ridden this evening. Something bothering you? We'd be glad to listen if you want to talk about it. I have a feeling we're not the kind of people you really want to confide in, though. Yugamu's laid-back attitude did nothing to put Tsubasa at ease. Eventually, she did speak up on her own.
I'm sorry, Takumi. I'm so sorry.
All of a sudden, she burst into tears. Calm down, Tsubasa. What's this all about? What are you apologizing for? Is it because you didn't let me join your team? You don't have to worry about that. I'm doing fine. No, that's not it. I was there, Takumi. When Hideko was fighting that commander, I was watching the whole time. Huh? Tsubasa was there too? I wanted to help. If I'd activated my Hima Anima, I could have used my car to get Hideko and Darumi out of there and bring them back to the school. Well, I was so scared I couldn't move. And while I was wondering what I should do, Hideko got wounded, and then she... I'm sorry, Hideko. I'm sorry, Takumi. I just stood there and let her die. I know apologizing won't fix this, but... I had no idea what to say. I knew all too well how much it hurt not being able to save someone. That's why I knew nothing I could say would take away that pain. Before I could even try. You're right, Tsubasa. A simple apology isn't going to cut it. Yugamu got there first, speaking in a harsh tone I hadn't heard him use before. You didn't save Hideko when you had the chance. That also put our lives in danger. That's not the kind of crime you can just wipe clean. Letting someone die is basically the same as killing them. And you had the gall to give Takumi the cold shoulder? At least he still has a shred of human decency in him. That's more than I can say for you. Yugamu, I know you're mad, but that's going too far. Tsubasa already feels terrible. He doesn't need you making it worse. No, it's fine, Takumi. He's right. I'm always like this. Whenever there's any kind of conflict, I just go with the crowd. When Gaku died, I suspected you because that's what everyone else was doing. It was the same when we decided to form teams. Everyone said to stay away from you, so that's what I did too. I never stand up and make the important decision for myself. And now, Hideko is dead because of me. Narumi's probably heartbroken too. I could have stopped all that from happening. Wow, she really did see everything. She's probably still in shock. I'm a terrible person, aren't I? Treating my friends' lives with so little respect. It's so disgusting, it makes me want to puke. Tsubasa didn't stop at dry heaving. She vomited all over the floor, tears still streaming down her face. You're amazing, Takumi. You jumped right in to fight that commander and try to save Hideko. I can't believe I've been so awful to you all this time. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Takumi, for everything. I'd be lying if I said I was ready to completely forgive Tsubasa and call it all water under the bridge. But I wasn't going to hold anything against her, not when she was already suffering this much. Just the thought that I was still capable of some kind of compassion was a comfort in itself. You can cry all you want, it's not going to erase what you did. The world wouldn't need the police if atonement was that easy. What's with you today, Yugamu? Tsubasa's made some mistakes, but you don't need to be so hard on her. Tsubasa, if you really want to make up for letting Hideko die, there's just one way. Fix the suit. I see where he's going.
Indirectly or not, you caused a death. Now you have a duty to save lives instead.
Save lives? But how do I? Just a suggestion, but how about you join up with me and Takumi? We're working on something that could save everyone, and we just so happen to need somebody with your particular skill set. It's kind of like carrying on Hideko's legacy too. This is what she gave her life for. Of course, it'll be putting yourself in a lot of danger, but what do you say? Will you help us? Tsubasa didn't say anything for a while. She just stood there, staring at her feet. Then she nodded, as if she'd come to an important decision. Okay, I don't know what you guys are up to, but if it can save everyone, I'm in. So, what do you want me to do? When Tsubasa said that, Yugamu turned to me and winked. Now it makes sense. He made her feel worse, so she'd feel like she had no choice but to join us to atone. I can't say I like that he manipulated her feelings like that, but we do need all the help we can get. Here's how it is, Tsubasa. I told Tsubasa all about our secret plans. How we'd form an alliance to take down the sponsor and end this game. And how, thanks to Hideko, we now had a spare of the kind of suit the sponsor wore. A spare suit? Whoa, awesome! It's the real thing! I see. Hideko risked everything to get us this. Yeah, but the stuff isn't really our area. We've got no idea what we're supposed to do with it to learn anything useful. What do you think, Tsubasa? Do we need some kind of special machinery to analyze this thing or what? Maybe we should take it to the metal shop. We don't want anyone to find out we've got this, though. Somewhere we can investigate without being seen, huh? Might be able to help with that. You see, this is a secret lab. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who knows about it. When you guys see it, it'll knock your socks off. It's that crazy? You'll understand once we get there. Come on, I'll take you there now. Follow me. We gathered up the suit and left my room, letting Tsubasa lead the way to the secret lab she'd found. Finally, we arrived at the race stage area of the gym. This is your secret lab? Guess people don't come here all that often. Back up, guys. You're gonna fall. Go stand by the edge for a sec. Fall? Fall where? Tsubasa shooed us to the edge of the stage, then knelt down and began pulling on a broken floorboard. Hurrah! All at once, the board came loose, and then... Yep, same thing. It's not really a lab, it's just where the ship is. A hole. Peeling back, that one board had somehow made a huge hole appear in the stage. I happened to find the map of this room when I was fixing the corpse recovery drone program using the war room computer. Sorry to have kept it a secret all this time. I always wanted a place like this I could have all to myself. No, you made the right call. Now we have somewhere we can talk without worrying about being overheard. I'm gonna warn you, try not to be too shocked by what you see in there. Even if you are, try not to scream. It's like an echo chamber down there. Shocked? Scream? What in the world is in this lab? I don't know if I can explain it all that well. It'll be easier to just show you. There's a ladder leading down. Come on, before anyone sees us. Sure. We followed Tsubasa down the ladder and into the secret basement room. Sure enough, what greeted us at the bottom was something I'd never have imagined. I had to hold myself back from letting out a wordless cry of surprise. Inside the lab was a large machine that looked like some sort of spaceship. This is the escape pod. I'd seen it before, of course, at the end of my first 100 days here, but I never expected to see it here like this. Yeah, I was shocked when I first saw it too. I knew it must be the pod you told us about. This place is probably designed to store it safely until it's needed. Is there any chance you could get it working now? I thought of that, but it's no good. It's locked up tight, and there's no way to get in. Need water. We could probably force it open, but we can't exactly go into the space with a damaged door. Must have security measures to stop anyone using it before day 100. That's the only time we're allowed to leave the school. Well, we can think about the pod later. Let's concentrate on the suit for now. Do you need any machinery from the metal shop? We can go get it for you. No, I should be fine. There's plenty of gear in here for me to get started. I looked around the lab. It was full of miscellaneous machines and equipment, probably stuff Tsubasa had brought in already. There were also a lot of weapons for some reason. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I figured I'd make those and keep them here for our emergencies, just in case we ever need to hole up in here. I've snuck some food supplies in too. Help yourself if you get hungry. It's a real stronghold down here. It'll make a perfect HQ for the anti-sponsor alliance. So, how are you going to investigate the suit's capabilities? You got any experience in mind? Experiments in mind? You basically want to know how to break through the suit's defenses, right? The fastest way to figure that out is to try a bunch of stress tests and see how it holds up. By testing its resistance to stretching, pressure, elastic, and plastic deformation, we could start getting a better idea of its fracture toughness. Deformation, fracture. Some of those terms were lost on me, but at least one of us knew what we were doing. Okay, well, let's get started. Figuring out the suit's weakness is only the first step. Once we've done that, we're taking the sponsor down. We spent the rest of the night testing and analyzing the suit any way we could. Where is the sponsor during all this? How does he not know? Next morning, made my way to the leisure lounge where the sponsor was loafing around as usual. Ah, Takumi Sumito. What are you doing here so early? Did you miss me? You could say that. I wanted to see you anyway. Do you have time to talk? Hardly respectful attitude to take towards someone in my position. But I'll allow it. You are one of my most accomplished hunters after all. Hunter? Me? No need to be modest. Just take a look. The results speak for themselves. Sponsor gestured to one of their bees and brought up a display of the leaderboard.
I honestly didn't expect you to gain this much of a lead so quickly. The advent of a dark horse like yourself makes this game that much more exciting.
At some point, I made it all the way to number 2 in the rankings. Hideko had been at number 1 all this time, and now that she's dead, I was catching up. You've made impressive contributions to my little game. I was just thinking you deserved some kind of reward. A reward, huh? Since we're here, how about you play a game with me? Very well, if that's what you want. What shall we play? As I said before, I'm grateful to you for becoming such an accomplished hunter. I'm even willing to turn a blind eye if you ever want to. Bend the rules a little. That actually helps a lot, because what I want is a duel to the death. I'm going to fight you, and I'm going to win. And then, I'm ending this stupid game of yours once and for all. So, it's come to this. Very well. Activate your class armor and Hemo Anima. Attack me all you want. Your sword is no more a threat to me than a blade of grass. Sponsor clearly didn't consider themselves in any danger. They stood there radiating absolute confidence, knowing that nothing I could do would hurt them. Nice of you to be so laid back about it, but I won't be attacking with my sword. I'll be using this crossbow. I brought out a crossbow Tsubasa had made with the Gift-O-Matic. Normally, using a conventional weapon like this would be pointless, especially against an invincible opponent like the sponsor. Fool, what are you thinking, turning something like that on me? Such insolence will not stand. A hunter should use Hemo Anima. Just like that, the sponsor's confident demeanor vanished, and they began to panic. Looks like we were right about the suit's weakness. We performed every kind of stress test we could think of on the spare last night, and we discovered something very interesting. I knew it. The suit isn't actually all that strong. It'll distort from just a little force, and it's not that much tougher than a regular protective suit. A long knife or something could probably cut through it pretty easily. That doesn't make sense, though. The suit is that weak, why don't any of our attacks work on it? Is this spare one a fake, maybe? Is it actually different from the sponsor's one? No, it's the real thing. The material's the same as what the sponsor wears anyway. So why is this one so much weaker? I think it's not weak so much as built for purpose. What do you mean? Ever since I saw this suit, something about it has been bothering me. It looks like some kind of protective gear, so what is it supposed to protect its wearer from? Not sure I follow. Workers at nuclear power plants wear suits to protect themselves from radiation, right? And firefighters have ones to protect against high temperatures, and divers have ones for water pressure. Protective suits are made with specific hazards in mind, stuff that's only a threat in certain environments and scenarios. There are not a lot of use outside of those scenarios. Have you ever felt an actual radiation suit? They're basically paper thin. Excuse me. I think it's the same with the suit. It's designed to protect against one particular threat and nothing else. Protective gear for a specific threat. I desperately tried to think over what Tsubasa had said and what it could mean. What kind of scenario was this suit built for? That was obvious enough, to protect the sponsor from our attacks. The first time we fought them, we'd attacked with every bit of Hemo Anima we could muster. But at the end of our assault, the sponsor was still standing, without having taken the slightest bit of damage. It was like our attacks, our Hemo Anima had no effect at all. And then it hit me, like a bolt from the blue. I knew what the suit was for. I knew what threat it was guarding against. Of course, the suit is... That suit is designed to repel any and all hemo-anima attacks. Okay, but like, why did you pick a crossbow? Why did you grab a gun? That's my question. But the trade-off is that its suit is weak against regular attacks, isn't it? You're letting your imagination run wild. I'm invincible. Your pitiful intellect cannot hope to understand my power. The sponsor voice was calm, but they were clearly shaken. I had no doubt we were right about this.
Hey!
I only wish I'd noticed it sooner. The suit only blocked hemo-anima attacks, not physical ones. Shoot him already. Stop fucking monologuing. It was such a simple weakness, but I couldn't see why I hadn't thought of it until now. Our first encounter with the sponsor had totally demoralized us. We attacked them with everything we had, our very strongest attacks, and not one of them had worked. This person is invincible, so he's trying to fight them. That was the idea that had been implanted in our heads that day. After sowing that seed of doubt, we all accepted that we had no choice but to do what the sponsor said. But now, we know the truth. Once a trick is exposed, the con artist behind it is finished. Just like this game. I'm warning you, Takumi. Stand down now, and we can forget this ever happened. This is for my friends. I pulled the trigger and fired off 3 arrows in quick succession. They pierced the suit and buried themselves in the sponsor's body. There's no hiding it now. My attack clearly had done some damage. There were holes in the suit now. We weren't dealing with an invincible opponent after all.
We did it.
Keep shooting.
Did you see Hideko? We broke through the sponsor's defenses.
Keep shooting. Not bad, Takumi Sumino. I'll confess, I didn't think you'd ever figure out the secret of my suit. For this, at least, I must congratulate you. Gee, thanks. It's an honor. But it's your death I want, not compliments. Me? Die? Don't be ridiculous. The game has only just begun. And you're forgetting something, Takumi. The suit isn't the only weapon I have at my disposal. I still have... I heard a familiar cacophony of buzzing and beating wings as the bees flew down from the ceiling. They sounded angry. I'd broken a rule, after all. I'd injured the sponsor. My suit may not be an immovable object, but my bees are as unstoppable a force as ever. What now, Takumi Sumino? Do you think you could defend against this? No. There's nothing I can do about your bees. If they attack now, I'd be riddled with holes and have every last ounce of my blood drained. If they attacked me, that is. That's why I'm tagging in. Good work, Takumi. You played your part beautifully. But against someone with the proper protection, things wouldn't be so simple. What? Who are you? Why do you have that suit? It's me, Yugamu Omokage. Guess you can't tell because of the voice, huh? Apparently the voice changer came standard with these suits. This one distorted Yugamu's voice to sound just like the sponsors. We decided to borrow one of your precious suits for a little while. It seemed like the best way to stop me getting turned into a pincushion. The bee stingers were powerful, that much was true, but that was because they'd been augmented with hemo-anima. Despite a tough and grandiose appearance, it doesn't have quite hardiest to match. The joints snap out of place if you look at them wrong. Secret comes off without much effort itself. It's as fragile as life itself. Can't be that weak. The Bills Corrado was like it was nothing. Their bodies were likely enhanced by supernatural means when they were still alive. Supernatural, in other words, hemo-anima. Ugh. The suits repelled any and all hemo-anima attacks. With Yugamu wearing one, the bees were no threat at all. You and that suit have given us a lot of trouble. Now we're using the same technology to defeat you. You know how it is. What goes around comes around. Insolence. This will not stand. Don't you realize who I am? I am the one who spreads death across the planet. The all-seeing, the all-knowing game master. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut you off there. We really don't have time to listen to your final monologue. I'll take it from here, Takumi. Go. Right. We both started running. I ran for the door while Yugamu charged right toward the sponsor. The bees dutifully flew in to protect their master, but all in vain. Yugamu swatted them aside with one swipe of his arm, killing them instantly. That suit made him the worst possible opponent for them to go up against. Finally, Yugamu reached the sponsor. And then, he opened his clenched fingers to reveal he was holding something. All it takes is one little hole to render protective gear practically useless. But the first thing we need to do is open a hole in the sponsor's suit. And any one of these ranged weapons should be enough to do that. Once again, why didn't we use the gun? Right, if the suit is weak against physical damage, a gun should do the trick. I'm no marksman though. I'm probably more likely to hit the target with something like a crossbow. I would disagree if you have an automatic rifle or something and you sprayed and pray, the odds of you hitting with like however many bullets is a magazine is pretty high. But what do I know? Once the suit is torn, the sponsor won't be immune to cryptoglobin attacks anymore. That's where this comes in. Stuff this bomb in the hole, and the sponsor will get burned to a crisp. Tsubasa held up a tiny mechanical sphere. This baby's filled with undying flames. All it needs is a little impact to detonate it. Basically a downgraded version of the one we used on Vashnes. But I could only make one, so we only get one shot at this. If one of these bombs could destroy Vashnes, they could destroy anyone. That included the sponsor, whoever they really were. We had our plan. All that was left to assign roles and iron out the details. Tsubasa would stand ready with the fire extinguisher outside the leisure lounge in case anything went wrong. I'd use the crossbow to puncture a hole in the sponsor's suit. And Yugamu would be the one handling the most dangerous part of the plan, actually detonating the bomb. Are you sure about this, Yugamu? You'll have to get really close to the sponsor to put the bomb in their suit in the first place. If anything goes wrong, you'll be left wide open. Don't worry about that. I'm really good at ramming stuff in holes that look like they'd be too small to fit. I'm trying to be serious here. I would have to ask you to stick to the matter at hand. Sure thing, Takumi. Or you could be the one sticking it to me if you prefer. You know me, I swing both ways. Stay on topic, please. In spite of his usual devil-may-care attitude, I could tell Yugamu was serious. His fists were clenched tight. He was determined to end this game. Even if it meant risking his own life, killing the sponsor, he was prepared to do what needed to be done.
Get away! Don't you dare touch me with those filthy hands!
Undaunted, Yugamu grabbed hold of the sponsor. He slipped the miniature bomb into the hole in the suit, and then... one little hit, and the undying flames enveloped the sponsor's entire body. Our tormentor writhed in pain, convulsing like a crazed dancer. At some point, the sponsor's vocal cords must have burned away. They weren't screaming anymore, just making hollow, choking noises. Even with the flames eating away at every fiber of their being, the sponsor held on to life for as long as they could. But finally, they let out one last, unnatural, almost inhuman scream. The flames still looking at their body, they collapsed onto the floor. Tsubasa and I stepped back into the lounge, and we stood there with Yugamu, watching the sponsor burn. We didn't want to risk taking our eyes off them in case they suddenly came back to life somehow. Fear rooted us to the spot. We had to be sure. We needed to see this person die. They're really dead now, aren't they? Yeah, no one could possibly survive that. Then we really won. We won. The moment I said the words, it suddenly felt a lot more real. We'd taken down the invincible sponsor and ended the invader hunt. I would say unmask them. Immediately. That's what I would say. Yo, what the hell is all this noise in here? We heard a weird voice shouting, yeah, or something. It sounded like nails on a chalkboard. There was an explosion too. The others all came running in. The sponsor's death cries must have echoed all throughout the school. Takumi, Tsubasa, what are you guys doing? Get over here. That's right, you have to get away from the sponsor. Oh, of course, with Yugamu wearing the suit, they think he's the sponsor. Hey guys, you picked the perfect time to join us. Come warriors, warm yourselves by the fire. Fire? But it looks like there's a person in there. Vile fiend, did you incinerate one of our friends for your sick entertainment? This has gone far enough. It is time for the holy Jumanji sword to cut you down. Wait, Kyoshika, I don't think that's the sponsor. It's Yugamu. Now that you mentioned it, he does sound like him. What's the deal? What's going on here? If Yugamu's the sponsor, and the sponsor's Yugamu, then who the heck am I? Takumi, Tsubasa, you got some explaining to do. If that's Yugamu the suit, where did the real sponsor go? Just stay calm, okay? I'll explain everything. I took everyone through what our team had been doing. Starting with me, Yugamu and Hideko forming our secret alliance. And how Hideko somehow knew a way for us to get our hands on a spare version of the suit the sponsor wore. That first mission has succeeded, but at the cost of Hideko's life. Then Tsubasa had joined the alliance and figured out the suit's weakness, allowing us to put the plan in action. So you see, we don't have to worry about scores or executions anymore. It's over. We won. I thought they'd all be happy to hear this. We just freed them from the life and death struggle we'd been in since this game began, after all. What's the matter, guys? Is it really over, though?
Yeah.
The sponsor was so strong before, it's hard to believe you killed him just like that. Right. We didn't see it happen for ourselves. You don't think we're lying to you, do you? No, it's not. It's not it. It's just... It's more like all this is happening so fast. We weren't there for so much of it. It doesn't feel real, you know? And I was the one who was supposed to avenge Lady Konata. Whoa. Wow, this is not the reaction I was expecting. I'm not asking for a victory party or anything. We can at least relax now. The sponsor's gone. Well, this is a real mood killer. You guys are gonna need some time, huh? Let's call it here for the day. You can always accept your praise and adulation later. With things still feeling awkward between us and the other teams, we went our separate ways, and I returned to my room. Are we not going to unmask the fucking thing? Are you serious?
Get prepared. Be ready to give.
Are you fucking serious? We're not going to unmask it, figure out who the hell was inside, or at the very least, like cut their head off and make sure they're actually dead? Are you serious? The morning announcement played just as I got back to my room. Yeah, I guess I should get some rest. I mumbled to myself vaguely and practically threw myself out the bed. The moment my head hit the pillow, I felt a gratifying sense of accomplishment welling up inside me. We did it, Hideko. We defeated the sponsor. All thanks to you. My grief from losing Hideko hadn't gone away, but now I knew that she hadn't died in vain. The others would come around, they just needed time to process it. No more turning against each other, no more killing game. We can finally be a real team again, maybe even friends. I mean, I'm with them. There's no way that that ended so quickly. Like, sure, we've been planning it for so long, but there's no way it ends like that. That's too easy. Comforted by the thought, I closed my eyes. From here on, we'd all live a fun, peaceful life. That was how I wanted the rest of our 100 days here to go. Just like the better times we had last time around, maybe we could hold another barbecue party. Or a festival. Maybe we could all go to the beach together. That would be a nice change of pace. Still imagining all those different possibilities, I felt myself drifting off to sleep. But then my doorbell started ringing. A visitor at this hour. Really didn't feel like getting out of bed right now. Decided to pretend I hadn't heard. Whoever it was and whatever they wanted, it could wait. My dreams were calling me. All right, I'm coming. I dragged my tired body out of bed and stumbled over to the door. I opened it and... Yugamu? What are you doing here? Please don't tell me you want to hold another meeting. Can we do it tomorrow? Sorry, Takumi. I think it might be a little too soon for us to be celebrating. Huh? What does that mean? The sponsor's dead. We made sure of that. The three of us had stood and watched as the master of the killing game burned away to ashes. There's absolutely no way they could still be alive. The sponsor's dead, all right. But the bees are a different story. While we were fixated on watching the sponsor die, they all flew off. Some of them might still be lurking at the school somewhere. But now the sponsor's not here to control them anymore. Wouldn't they just leave? The thing about bees is, they don't like to change their habitats all that much. We're better off getting rid of them here and now so they don't start building nests and breeding. Great, so now we're exterminators. I wish I could put off the job until later, but I knew I'd never forgive myself if someone got hurt because of those bees. Alright, I guess we should go look for them. How are we going to do this? I'll handle the schoolyard and the rooms on the first floor. You take the second and third. Do you hear even the tiniest hint of buzzing? Get out of there and come find me. I'll put on the suit and take him out. Yugamu still had the protective suit Hideko had gotten for us. At least with that around, there was no danger of anima augmented insects killing us. With that, Yugamu and I set out to check the campus for bees. I would like a good stopping point, please. I shouldn't just wander around at random. I'll see if everyone's around okay and ask if they've seen anything first. Thank God, that's a good stopping point. My throat is hurting. Been reading for too long, and like I said earlier, this is the second recording of the same day. You guys won't see it immediately after, but for me, I'm fucking tired. It's 5 in the morning, man. Granted, it's still the weekend, but still. This game's insane. there's so much to it. This is just from deciding what to partake in the invader hunt. It's just how hard it was to say that. You know how tired I am. Just from doing the invader hunt, we are this far off the deep end of just how different things are. It's crazy how much effort they put in this game. This game is fucking great. I'm loving it. YouTube, you already know how much I love it, and you already know how many times I'll tell you. I'll tell you again. Play this game, buy it, show your support, whatever. I'm enjoying it. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. But until then, goodbye.